everybody is doing well. Sorry, I just wanted to do a little sound check. Give me some comments if you hear me well. Thank you so much and good morning again. This is just incredible what's happening. We have, for this new training that we built for you, more than 5,200 registration. This is just awesome. So maybe you're home today, you're alone, you're sitting in front of your computer and you think, oh, maybe I'm just one of the 10 of one of the 100 here who are listening to an amazing training who will help me. No, there are more than 5,000 people over there. So you see the community is getting always bigger. And this is just incredible, right? Who could you think that 1 year ago we would do an event with more than 5,000 people? Who would think that all what happened last year for 2020? This is just incredible. And maybe this is a small message from my side on that one. You know, today it's easy to understand what happened in the past, but sometimes we don't have the mindset of the capability to understand what could happen in the next few months, where you can bring your business, how you could grow your business to the next level. So be surprised because, you know, mostly, you know, we think that we can achieve some stuff, but promise you after this meeting, you will be ready to high up your goals and your dreams and your targets, you know, to the next level because you're going to be even stronger, right? So, hey, I just want to see with you, just maybe say in the name of all Ariix's company, all the colleagues, the founders and everybody, Happy New Year. I hope you had an amazing time. I know in this challenging time, but I hope you had an amazing time with family and your loved ones. And I wish you, in name of all Ariix's New Age, all the best for 2021. We built the foundation in 2020. As everybody knows, we had records, incredible records, because of you, because of your commitment. But this was the foundation. What's going to happen in 2021, it's even bigger. Believe me. So let's start with little things to be sure. I hope, because we're going to be together 2.5 hours, don't miss anything because one sentence could change your life. So I hope you have something to drink with you. I hope you have a book here or paper, a pen, because you're going to definitely take a lot of notes. And more importantly, I hope you have an open mind to listen and to learn. So, are you ready, guys? I know everybody's probably mostly now putting some stories and so on, tagging me, tagging Ariix Corp, tagging your leaders, your upline, your downline. So do that, enjoy that, because afterwards you will need to be focused. So I'm just asking you, are you ready now? Are you ready to learn and get powerful knowledge in 2.5 hours, right? Are you ready? Okay, so the first thing, I just want to introduce 4 persons before we start. We have 4 persons that I'm going to introduce you, and they're going to make an incredible testimonial. I will just ask my dear Carlos to go to the next slide, or I can do that. And guys, you see, I have 4 powerful women today who just accept to do a testimonial during the meeting and the training. On one side, I have Stefania Giacardi. She's a CEO. Julie Darbon from France, Chairperson 1. Masha Urbani, CEO in Italy. And Serena Akai, CEO. And guys, I just want to mention, give a little word on this 4 persons. Because yes, for the most of you, you know them and you see this as leaders, maybe as legends, right? As examples. And you see, wow, what they're doing, this is just incredible, but it's not me. I can tell you what they're doing today, it's you. They're completely going out of the comfort zone, guys. Most of them took 2020 the decision to learn English, to take extra lessons after having kids next to them, making the business grow. They are taking also and learning English. And you know what? they're completely going to the out of their comfort zone, because most of them, it's the first time they're going to speak on stage in English and just for you. And I can tell you, you know this word, if they can do it, you can do it. So if you want to go forward, always go out of the comfort zone, always going where it's painful, because there is the side where the success is. So now I'm coming to a very, very important person who gonna take us to the next level. Ah, we have a little bit Italian. Buongiorno. So this person is coming from a second generation of networkers. His parents are networkers. The first meeting he had was in the womb of his mother. He took the decision also when he was adult, a young adult, to go back to the network marketing. He built himself an incredible business. So you're not learning from the theory, you're learning for a person who did the praxis, right? He made in 5 years, listen to that, over 300,000 customers, and this using social media. With this success, he was helping a lot of companies and a lot of leaders, and they were consulting him to get great value and the secret of his success. That's 2010. He took then the decision to go 100% in generic coaching. He took the decision to help and support others, and more importantly, to giving a better image to the network companies. Yes. So he's not only a top coach, and probably the most of you, because the most of our people went to GoPro. You saw it. He was the superstar of GoPro. But he's not only going to GoPro. He went over 30 countries making coaching for different companies. But more than that, he's also a bestseller author. And I'll give the name of that. It's I Dare You, if you don't know this book. And I Double Dare You. So what I'm asking you before we start is today, open mind, be teachable, because stop learning is stop growing. So today we will definitely learn from the best, and we wanted from the Ariix company to give you the opportunity from the beginning of the year to start with full power. So please welcome with me the one and only Frazer Brookes.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you all. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and I just want to kind of really quickly share with you the beginning part of my story, because the beginning part is more important than the part that I'm sharing today. And then we're going to be having a lot of fun today. I'm going to be going as fast through a lot of information as I can. So it might be a little bit overwhelming, some parts, but I want you to make sure you make your notes. And at the end of each session, right, I just want you to have like a little highlighter or put a star next to the things that spoke the most to you, next to the things that made you go, wow, I need to implement that, or wow, I need to do that, or wow, how haven't I thought of that myself? All right. A lot of it is going to be wow, but we're also going to go into the how, because that's the most important thing. So my network marketing career started in 1987, but I wasn't born until 1988. My mother and father thought that MLM stood for Make Love Monthly. So yeah, I know, a little bit weird about my mum and dad thinking that MLM was Make Love Monthly. They picked up the phone because they saw it in a newspaper advertisement, and they got invited to an event. They went to the event about Making Love Monthly, and I was in the room at that event where they first heard about multi-level marketing, as we call it, network marketing. And ever since then, they went all over the world building their network marketing business to hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. So I'd seen the fortune, I'd seen the fame, I'd seen the freedom, I'd seen the fun, I'd seen the family that was created, I saw everything, but I said no. My dad, on my 18th birthday, I just about to cut my birthday cake. And my dad said, come into the office. Don't cut your cake. I've got a present for you. And I thought he was going to give me a Rolex. I was like, I'm 18. I'm really excited for this. Like, come on, bring it on. And he sat me down in a chair. He flipped over the piece of paper and he wrote a big circle in the middle of it. And in this circle, he wrote the word you. And then he started to draw a compensation plan. And I knew straight away what he was doing. He was pitching me. I was 18. I was able to join the business legally. And I said, no. And he looked at me and he thought, like, are you crazy? You've seen all the greatness of network marketing. And you're saying no. Why? I said, Dad, I've got 3 fears. I've got the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of public speaking. Makes me feel sick thinking about it. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of public speaking. And I want to let you guys know this. Do not let your fears hold you back, because the moment that I became fearless was the moment that I became limitless. The moment that I kind of understood, you know what? Failure is a part of it. You know what? Rejection is a part of it. You know what? At some point, I'm going to have to speak in front of people. The moment I became fearless was the moment that I became limitless. But I said no for 4 years. For 4 years. And if you were to ask me today, Frazer, what would you tell yourself, your 20 years ago self, what would you tell yourself? I would say, move faster, grow quicker, and become better as soon as I could. I ignored what my dad said a lot. I wasn't coachable. I wasn't teachable. I was doing things my own way. And the moment that I became humble enough to understand that there are other people who can do this better than me was the moment, one of the moments that helped me really grow. So I want to share with you a bunch of stuff about goal setting, time management, package that around how you can be the parent and the network marketer at the same time. Then we'll go into some social media stuff and the game plan as well. At the end of each session, there's about 4 sessions. At the end of each one, we'll introduce one of the incredible CEOs or chairperson level 1. And I'm really excited about that. So if you're ready, although I can't see you and although I can't hear you, do me a huge favor and just shout, I'm ready. And then maybe I can hear you because I'm over in Dubai. Yeah, just about. I know you guys have got it going on. So I can hear you. Right. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to be writing a lot of things on this whiteboard. Now, my microphone is here. You can see it. It's huge. My microphone's here. So when I do come back, if the sound drops a little bit, it's not on your end. It's on my end. All right. So I hope that's not going to be too distracting for you. So here's the first thing. Whenever you're setting goals for the new year, you need to make sure you look at the previous year to see where you're at. So the first bit of goal setting is really to do with what we call an audit, right? In traditional business, you will audit your year of accounts to be able to know like what you need to improve, how you're going to improve. So the first thing I want you to know is what was your number 1 lesson from 2020? What was the one thing more than anything else that you learned from 2020? I'll tell you this. I had a breakthrough year in my own business. The last 3 years of my life, 4 years of my life have been absolutely ridiculous. But the biggest lesson that I learned was health is everything. Health is everything. Your health is your wealth, right? I learned that because I've been going through some health challenges myself, something that I'm still going through. They're still trying to diagnose and all that. But again, the biggest lesson for me was health is everything. So what does that mean? That means that my 2021 goals are going to be significantly focused on getting better health. And I know you guys have got some incredible products that can help me with that. So please don't be bombarding me. I already use a lot of your amazing products. The Purity water bottle thing is one of my absolute favorites. I take it all over the world with me and I've had it for, I think 3 years now, maybe a little bit longer than that. So again, first thing I want you to do is understand what your number 1 biggest lesson is. Then what I want you to do is write a list So I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm English, but my English is really, really bad. That is losses. I did correct myself. But write a list of all your wins and all your losses, right? What were the things you won at? What were the things you lost at, right? Understand and appreciate, because here's the thing, guys. When you know it, you can let go of it, right? When you know what the wins are, you can let go of the ones you want. But when you know what your losses are, you can let them go. What I do every single year is I write down on a piece of paper, I've already done this, a piece of paper, all the things I lost at. I write them all down, I read it, I reflect on them, and then I just set fire to the piece of paper. That's all I do. I'm a big fan of golf, right? I love the sport golf, and I used to play as a junior with a guy called Tommy Fleetwood. He is now on the PGA Tour. He's one of the world's greatest golfers. I used to play with him as a kid, right? And he taught me something without him actually teaching it me, that if you just keep going and going and going and understand the end of a chapter is the chapter's already written, you've got to write the next one, right? Because you always know the next chapter because you are the author. You're the one writing it. So one thing he was really good at was you play the first hole, right? Bang, hit it down the middle. We both play the same shot. I was kind of level with him at one point. It was amazing. I'm not anymore. He's slightly better, like considerably better. Anyway, what happened is the first hole, I did it really bad and he did it really bad. But we went on to the second hole, the next chapter, and I'm still thinking about the first hole. I'm still thinking, oh, I wish I'd used that club, or I wish I'd hit it a bit harder, or I wish I'd focused a little bit more. Meanwhile, he's forgotten about the first hole. He's already wrote the number on his scorecard and he's on, right, second hole. And that first hole, my mindset completely threw me off for the rest of the year because I was still holding on to the losses. I was still holding on to the mistakes that I'd made. So it's very, very important that you're aware of your losses and then you set fire to them. Now, make sure you're in a safe environment. Don't be setting like fire to the piece of paper whilst you're inside. Don't be setting your house on fire, right? Take it outside if you're able to. I know it's absolutely freezing cold in Europe at the moment. Set fire to it in a safe environment and just let it go because you're going to be starting again from fresh. All right. Now, I also want you to make note of these 5 things. Right? Because again, you're looking to grow. A lot of people get excited when they progress, when they rank advance, when they see their volume going up. But I do this every single year and I highly recommend you do it. What was your income in 2020? From your business. You can do it from your job as well if you want, but I recommend doing it from your business. What did your Ariix business bring in 2020? And if it's 0, great. You can only improve. What did you bring in? To the dollar, to the cent, if you're able to get that data. Number 2. What's your total social media following? Now, I know this is a little bit weird. Like, why is it important to know that? It is because it's going to help you grow. If you add up all your social media friends, all your Facebook friends, all your Facebook followers, all your Instagram followers, all your YouTube subscribers, all the people who might be on your email list, all your TikTok fans, and whatever it is, all your LinkedIn connections, add them all up. How many is it? How many is it? Because you need to do that audit. You need to have that audit in place. You need to know, right? This year, 2020, it was 7,000. Well, is it going to go up or down? You have to know. You have to know where you're at. Number 3. Number 3 is investments. Now, with this one, I don't necessarily mean like how many properties have you bought and like how many stocks do you own and, I don't mean it like that. I mean, how much did you invest in yourself? I do this all the time because there's an amazing correlation that happens. How many books did you buy? So obviously, Alan mentioned it before, I have a book called I Dare You and I Double Dare You. It's even on the wall, kind of covered by the microphone a little bit. But how many books did I buy in 2020? How many courses did I attend? How many events did I go to? And I add up that amount and it comes to an amount, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, $12,000. And it's funny because what I've identified is the more that I invest in myself here, the more this seems to grow. But it doesn't grow at the same rate. It grows at a completely different rate. What do I mean by that? And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but if the level of my investment grows, what I've identified, is my income grows at a faster rate. Now, the fortunate thing with you guys is, yes, you can read the books, but there are so many incredible leaders. You're going to hear from 4 of them today. There are so many incredible leaders who are helping invest yourself into you. They're investing themselves into you for you to be able to grow. So pay attention to them, listen to them. My challenge to you would be, how are you going to read more books in 2020 than you did in 2021 than you did in 2020? Maybe, maybe not. That's on you. All right. 4th one. Oh, wrong pen. 4th one. Oh. Active customers. How many active customers do you have? Like in 2020, how many, roughly, again, if you can see the data, then great. If you can roughly figure it out, then great. How many active customers did you have in 2020? It's simple. It's just a number, right? And then number 5. How many active distributors did you have in 2020? It's very, very simple, very, very straightforward. Get this data. What was your income? What's your total social media following? How much did you invest in yourself? How many active customers have you got? And then how many active distributors have you got in 2020? If the answer to a lot of these are 0, great. You can only get up. You can only go up. You can only grow up. If it's a lot bigger, then you've got a lot of work to do, right? You've probably got more work to do when you've got a bigger team than you have when you've got a small team. It's a lot more managing going on, right? We're going to discuss that in a minute. So now I want to walk you through, first and foremost, a process that you can do with your team and your new team to get them emotionally locked into the business by helping find what their goal is. And then I'm going to set you a challenge to find your ultimate goal. Now, a lot of people, when it comes to goal setting, you will have heard this one before, is they help you set SMART goals, right? The S stands for specific, the M stands for measurable, the A. There's this acronym. I don't necessarily teach that. I approve of it. I think it's amazing, but I like to talk about it in a different way. And I want to share with you a scientifically proven process that can help people actually get what they want, what they want, right? So whatever they set their mind to, they're going to get. Scientifically proven. The study has been around for 20 to 25 years. I'm not exactly sure the time, but I'm going to write a word on the board. And this is the process that I want you to follow. I want you to do it yourself, but I also want your team to report it to you. So if you are listening and watching in on this now, just put on your piece of paper, whether you know it up here or not, the name of your active upline. Now, to all the active uplines out there, I'm sorry for the number of messages you're about to receive, but I promise you it will do you and your business a world of good, right? And I want you to do this with the intention that you're going to be passing this on to other people when the time comes, okay? And the word is whoop, like whoop, whoop, right? Now, it's funny because if we replace the W with a P, it's poop. So you're either going to get whoop, 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 or poop, right? So this is an acronym. I'm going to break it down. The W stands for wish. So let's say right now, I'm asking you guys, what is your number one wish? And here's how I'm going to tell it to you. Imagine if you're walking through the desert And at some point in the distance, you see a flicker of light beam out, like you see a reflection off the sun on this obstacle, or this object. So you walk over to it, you pick it up, and it's the genie lamp from the movie Aladdin. I absolutely love the movie Aladdin, by the way. So I pick it up, I give it a rub, and I come out like, hello, your wish is my command. Da, 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 da. Well, actually, guys, your wish is your command. All right? So anyway, I'm going to say, I'm going to grant you one wish. What would it be? And you're going to say, oh, I want this, 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 this. It's just one wish. I want more time. I want to be my own boss. I want more money. I want to retire. I want ultimate health. I want $1 million in my bank account. I want to hit CEO. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. The question is, when someone gives you their wish, what's their ultimate wish? You ask them, why is that their wish? This is actually one of the places where the terms why, you got to have a why that makes you cry, came from. A lot of people say this, you have to have a why that makes you cry. But in reality, this is where it came from. When you have a wish and the wish is to be financially free, I'm now going to ask you, why do you want to be financially free? And you're going to say, oh, it's so that I don't have to worry about money anymore. And why is that important to you? Because when I don't have to worry about money, I will have peace of mind. And why is peace of mind important to you? Well, because when I was growing up, my dad suffered with a lot of stress in his life because he was always worried about where the next penny was going to come from. And why is that important for you? Oh, it's because I don't want my kids to see me going through the exact same thing and having a heart attack like my dad did. And why is that important to you? Because I want to live longer and happier with my kids than ever before. So actually, in reality, the wish is not financial freedom. The wish is for them to live their best life with their kids. Now we have emotional connection. Financially free is not emotionally connected. It's like everyone, oh, I want to be financially free. Woohoo! Yeah, that's great. But the emotional connection, now here's the thing, you've written it down. I now know what your wish is. So at that point in every network marketer's journey where you want to quit and you want to give up, I'm going to speak to you. Hey, Mary, I know you want to quit and give up. I get it. It's tough. But let me ask you a question. How much of a priority is it for you to live your best life with your kids? Now, I'm basically telling them what their wish is over the phone. I'm basically telling them if they're giving up on themselves, are they giving up on the business or are they giving up on the wish? The number of people you will save from quitting by simply saying that and doing that process is amazing. Not only are you going to be getting them emotionally connected and understand what their goal is, but you're going to now be armed with what you need to in order for them to not quit or quit as less, right? So once you've got the wish, you've made note of it, they've made note of it. The second point is outcome. So once you've got their wish, now you need to discuss their outcome or your outcome, right? So the question will be, hey, when you get your wish, when your wish comes true, how will it make you feel? When your wish comes true, how will it make you feel? So maybe your wish, like top level, maybe your wish is to become a CEO, right? Chairperson level 1, chairperson level 2, chairperson level 32 with a unicorn badge and stars and stripes to come with it, right? What's your wish? When you reach that, how will it make you feel? Oh, I'll feel incredible. Again, you're solidifying the emotional connection that they're having. They're solidifying it. So now you got the outcome. Very simple. The next stage, what are the obstacles? Sorry. Okay, well, if you've wished to become a chairperson level 3, a chairperson level 1, why, like, what stopped you from getting there? Why haven't you got there? Oh, well, I mean, haven't had enough time, haven't put enough effort in. I've not read enough books. I've not gone to the events when I've been told to. I'm self-sabotaging. I don't feel like I'm worthy. Guys, I get it. We've all got obstacles we've got to overcome. I've been there too. But being aware of them and helping your upline understand what they are, instead of you going to your upline, no, I'm feeling amazing. I'm so excited about 2021. I have no idea how I'm going to get there. But I'm really, really good. No. Share with them. What are your obstacles? You'll only get your wish when you know how you'll feel about it and what's stopping you from getting there. That's it. When you have complete clarity, you'll win. So many people come to me and they say, Frazer, my team are really they need motivating. I need to motivate my team. How do I motivate myself? How do I motivate my team? Guys, it's not a lack of motivation. It's a lack of clarity. When they have a clear plan, which we'll talk about later, when they have a clear plan and they see themselves clearly as their future self, everything comes true. You'll never have to worry about motivation. You need clarity. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym and you run up and down and your heart is motivated to pump the blood around. It pumps it around. You're like, yeah, woo, motivated. You come back home, you have a shower, you have something to eat, and your heart's just back to normal. It's just pacing normally. However, when you have a plan at the gym, you have the accountability partner with the fitness instructor, when you know exactly what to do, what time to do it, who with, what to eat, you get excited because you start to have this clear plan and you know if you stick to it, you'll win. And we're going to talk about that plan a little bit later on because that's the P. All right? This exercise you should do with everyone who joins your team, everyone who's currently in the team. Know every single person on your front line, the people you recruit, what their wish is. Do it as a group exercise if you want to, maybe this coming week on your leaders Zoom or your team Zoom, your training. Do this exercise. Have people share because some of the wishes will surprise you and the rest of the people, right? Okay. Now, when it comes to knowing what your actual goal is, I'm going to set you a challenge, which is not going to seem that hard. But when you complete it, I want you to let me personally know that you've done it because the majority of people do not complete this task because it's too hard for them, but it never sounds hard when I tell you what it is. So here's what I want you to do. It's the 10th of January right now. I want you to write down, it sounds so easy. I want you to write down 20 goals per day for 20 days. Telling you, it ain't easy. 20 goals per day for 20 days. So today, 20 goals. Tomorrow being Monday, 20 goals. Not repeating the Sunday goals. Now, you might start with financial freedom, $1 million in the bank account, Rolex watch, red Ferrari, new iPhone, Louis Vuitton handbag. Ooh, yeah. Those Hermes trainers, I don't know. A lot of you guys are Italiano, so you probably know fashion just a little bit more than me, as well as you Frenchies out there as well. Love you guys. So 20 goals per day for 20 days. That's 400 goals. Some of them will be huge. Some of them will be, I want a new pair of socks, right? That's it. Now, when you've completed this goal, I want you to personally message me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, just to say, Frazer, I just want to let you know I've done it. Why? Because not many people do this. Not many people complete it. But here's the thing. The process of you writing the goals down for an extended period of time, because most people just spend a day doing it. When you take an extended period of time where your brain is focusing heavily on writing goals down, you start to establish in your head what you actually want. What is it that you really, really are focusing on? You keep focusing on, you keep looking back to, you keep coming back to. because that's what your wish is going to be, that ultimate goal. So go ahead and do this challenge. Let me know when you've done it. You'll be done by the 31st of January. Now, don't be messaging me after the 31st of January because that means you didn't follow instructions because it starts today, right? And if you're in, you can just say, I'm in. I can't hear you, but just shout, I'm in, so that I know you're in for doing this, because I'm telling you, not many people complete it, but it's extremely important. I do it every single year. The first year I did it was the year that I realized that I wanted to give back to charity. Day 7 or 8, I wrote down that I wanted to give money to charity. I hadn't initially thought of it, but by the time I got to day 20, I realized, wow, why did I never even think of that? And now all of a sudden, that's my number one goal. And for me, network marketing is a charity, right? It's a foundation, because the network marketers in the world want and need help. They want and need help. They deserve help. And my charity donation is a lot of my time. It's a lot of my effort. It's a lot of my money to help network marketers all over the world progress with skill set and knowledge, wisdom, clarity, excitement, fire. All right? Now, once you've got these goals, I want you to really prioritize which ones stand out for you. Like, which ones are the most important for you? Which ones do you feel is, yeah, I'm going to do that one, I'm going to do that one. And you're going to get this 400 goals, and you can condense them down to maybe 10 to 20 goals. Here's the problem with goals. And I know this might sound like, whoa, it's telling us goals are everything and that. The thing is with goals is you need to visualize the goal is going to happen. You're going to need to visualize the goal is going to happen, but the goal itself needs to be activity based. I'm going to tell you why. And I don't want to confuse things by sounding too different to what you maybe have learned, but the secret to success in network marketing, you might have heard this in different ways, is this formula. Activity multiplied by skills equals results. Activity multiplied by skills equals results. You take a lot of skills and you do a lot of activity with no skills, your results will be small. You'll get better than nothing, but your results will be small long term. If you do no activity and you have loads of skills, oh, I know it. I am so good at network marketing. I know the 7 skills in network marketing by GoPro inside out. I know it's finding people, it's inviting, it's presenting, it's following up, it's closing, it's getting people started, it's promoting events. But you haven't made one sale because you ain't doing anything. A little bit of activity, a little bit of skills, a little bit of results. A lot of activity, a lot of skills, a lot of results. So here's what you need to focus on. The goal needs to be activity-based. If the goal is results-based, if you keep focusing on here, you will neglect and forget the activity and the skills. You have to set activity-based goals. And again, we're going to talk about what they are in the plan. I'm going to make it so simple for you, I promise you. All right? But 3 activity goals you can have right now, 3 activity goals you can have real quick is how many events are you going to attend in 2021? How many events? I'm going to set the goal right now. How many events am I going to attend? Now, they could be Zoom events, team events, one-on-one events, business presentation events. Don't think, oh, I've heard the business presentation a million times. If you can't do the presentation, if you were asked, right? If Paolo or Andrea, Stefano, if any of the leaders who I know in the organization were to pick up the phone and say, listen, Mary, and something's happened and we need you to run the presentation tonight. And you go, that means you haven't watched the presentation enough and you need to go on the presentation as many times as you can until, hey, Mary, yeah, we've got a presentation tonight. We need you to run it. Yeah, got it. See you there. because you're so confident in it. Because confidence comes from experience. Experience comes from action, right? I'll show you real quick. I'll draw it out on this page. Belief creates action. Oh, which creates experience, which creates confidence. Belief creates action. Action creates experience, which creates confidence. A lot of action creates speed. A lot of speed creates momentum. And a lot of momentum creates excitement. And a lot of excitement creates a lot of action. Now, you might understand and appreciate that you might have seen a symbol that's like this. Follow my pen. Belief creates action. A lot of action creates speed, which creates a lot of momentum, creating a lot of excitement, which leads to more action, which creates experience, confidence, and therefore belief. Infinity. The secret is action. Action holds everything together. You've probably heard this before. I'm just telling you in a different way. So when your upline or a leader says, just do more, just do more. And you're like, oh, why do they keep telling me to just do more? It's because it's what kills all the doubt. Doubt kills action. Action kills doubt. So how many events will you attend? Action-based. That's action-based. I'm going to attend 100 events this year. That's 2 a week. 2 a week's not very many. That's a presentation, a business presentation, and a team meeting. It's not very many. I've attended 1,700 events in my career of network marketing. A lot of the times I was in a pram, right? A lot of the times I was in my mum's arms. A lot of the times I was doing knee slides on the dance floor at like a gala. A lot of the times I was like that. A lot of the times I was on my phone. But then eventually I had the pen. Eventually I was the one being flown around the world. Funny how it starts. Second one, how many people will I invite every day? Let's write these down. So events. How many invitations will I send? I'm going to give you the wording to use for those of you who use social media at the end when we come through the plan section. But how many people am I going to invite every day? Not how many customers will I get this month? Because here's the thing, guys. You aren't in full control with how many people say yes. You're not, right? Even if you are the best salesperson in the world, even if you are Mr. or Mrs. Ariix, it doesn't matter. What matters the most is you can control your activity. You cannot control the results. Now, you could say you can control your results because if you do more, you're going to get more. But it comes back to taking more action. It's been so incredible to see the growth of your company in Europe. I'm smiling because it's been so great to see, because I've been seeing it from afar, right? I've been seeing it from a distance, but I'm connected with so many of you guys. It's so great to see it. I can't help, man. It's so great to see it because I believe you're in this sort of phase because a few of you have had the belief enough to take action, which has gathered experience in the organization and confidence that this can be done and this can be great, which gives you more belief to take more action. And then a lot of people taking a lot of action is creating the speed, which is leading to the momentum. And chances are, I hope, you're excited for 2021, which is going to make you take more action. And action is what holds everything together. And the last thing, the last thing you can control, the last thing you can control is, I'm going to call it books. personal development. How many books are you going to read? How many courses are you going to attend? How many mentors are you going to tune into? Are you going to go to GoPro? Are you not going to go to GoPro? Right? It's funny, I promote Ariix's event all the time because I believe in it. I think it's a great event. So these are three things that are activity based that you can set a goal from, knowing that at the end of the year you can say, did I do it? Yes or no? Did I do it? Yes or no? Customers, distributors, team size, rank, that is going to happen based on the activity that you do, based on the events that you attend, the invitations that you send, and the books that you read, the personal development that you take part in, right? So let's recap. Now with goals, you can go even deeper. You could categorize goals. You could say, right, is it a financial goal? Is it a family goal? Is it a faith goal, like spirituality, mindset? Is it a fitness goal? Is it a fun goal? You can categorize all the goals. But to summarize, when it comes to goal setting, understand what your number one lesson is. If I was to ask you, hey, I see one of my buddies, Gareth's on here. Gareth, what's your number one goal? What was your number one lesson for 2020? I would love to hear it. Gareth, in fact, message me after we're done here. I would love to hear you. Just do a little audio message. I would love to hear what your goal is. What your biggest lesson from 2020 is. One top tip for all of you guys right now, I'll tell you this. Go and pick up the phone and go and wish 50 of your Facebook friends. You know what? We'll come back to it. Otherwise, I'm going to flood you with too much here, right? So number one lesson of 2020, write down all your wins on a piece of paper and all your losses on a piece of paper. Burn the losses piece of paper, keep the wins, right? Burn the losses, keep the wins. People will remember you for the wins that you have in your life and not the losses that you have in your life. No one remembers the team that came second or came runners-up in the World Cup. They only remember the champions because the champions are written in the history books. The losers aren't, right? Then write down, do an audit, income, social media following, investments, active customers, active distributors. Then yourself, go through the whoop. What's your ultimate wish? And ask yourself why, until you can't say why anymore. How will it make you feel when it happens? When it happens? What are the obstacles that are stopping you from getting there? And what's the plan to make it happen? What's the plan to make it happen? Then, challenge time. I want you to write 20 goals a day for 20 days. And once you've done it, message me on Facebook or Instagram. Say, I've done it. All I want to know is you set that goal on the Ariix call. Please let me know how you did it and what you did it. Understand that it's activity-based, not results-based. Yes, entering your rank name, the rank you want to hit, that's amazing. Have the affirmation. I am CEO in 90 days. I am chairperson level 3 in 90 days. That's amazing. But make sure you're focusing on the activity. For example, guys, I'll tell you this one. If you were to climb Mount Everest tomorrow, there's 2 things you need to be concerned with, and there's only 2. Number 1, visualize seeing yourself at the top of Mount Everest. Visualize the end goal, but set an activity-based goal with what do you need to do to get to Everest? Left foot forward, right foot forward. 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 Visualize the end goal, but set an activity-based goal to make it happen. That's all you've got to do. It's very, very simple. Ask anyone who's climbed Mount Everest. They'll overcomplicate it, but in reality, they visualize what it's like at the top. It's worth it when I get there. It's going to be so worth it. But they set the activity-based goal. All right? And then understand action brings everything together. Set an events-based goal. How many events you're going to attend? How many invitations are you going to send on a weekly basis? And how much personal development are you going to get into? I hope you got some value inside of that. I know it's like but goal setting is a bit messy, right? It's very messy. Then you bring it all together until you become so obsessed and I'll tell you this before we bring on our first superstar, she's amazing, is you have to become obsessed with the goal that you set. You have to become obsessed. Think about it. And if you haven't written a goals list before, I'm going to tell you this. Every single person on the planet has written a goal list. Think back to a time when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, 4 years old, 7 years old, and your parents or parent came to you and said, I want you to write a Father Christmas list. I want you to write a list that we're going to send to Santa Claus, and he's going to bring you the gift of your dreams. So you write down a big shiny bike, a da-da-da-da-da, a da-da-da-da-da, a da-da-da-da-da. You write down these things. And maybe they come true if you've been a good girl, if you've been a good boy. But what do the kids do? They obsess over getting the bike for Christmas. If you say on the 20th of December to a kid, what have you wished Father Christmas for? They're like, oh, I did a bike. They'll give you the name. They'll give you the size. They'll give you the color. You've got to become obsessed with that goal. But finding what your true goal is takes time by doing the exercise before. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. So with that, I want to introduce our first superstar speaker who's a part of your incredible organization. I believe she's at the CEO rank, which means you guys know what she's done. She's absolutely smashed it. I've been following her on social media for so long now. It's great seeing her posts come up, her face come up. I can feel her energy through the posts that she's making. So I want to welcome you real quickly to Stefania Giaccardi.
Wow! Hello everyone! I'm proud to be here talking in Zoom with Frazer. I follow you on social media, I read your book, I love your energy. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about goal setting. I can see I have created the wheel of success. And let's underline success and not fortune. This will show my process for goal setting that I have used since I started this business. 7 years ago, I was a secretary with no experience and no skill. I didn't know what network marketing was. But I have been teachable and followed the advice, the skills of my mentor since I started. Firstly, I set myself a long-term goal and broke it into small and measurable goals. Every small victory gave me confidence and courage. I soon realized that if I can get one prospect, I have the skills to get 10 or 100 prospects. It all depends on me. One of the first things I did was setting myself in action mode, because I have always been a very practical person. What do I mean practical? My goal wasn't to be perfect, but to do, because doing means improving. And making mistake is also part of the process, because with mistake you become better. I often tell my team, knowing how a bike works doesn't make you an expert cyclist. Only the hours of cycling, in a whole condition, in a whole season, and the whole roads will make you experts. So action, persistence, and repetition. To me, action is everything. You are struggling because your mind tries to sabotage you with negative ideas. Action is the solution. You don't feel an expert. Action is the solution to become better. You want to reach your goals as quickly as possible. Massive action is the solution to move forward faster. Massive action and repetition are the key to grow your skills. One tip always set a minimum daily action. Example, 5 prospects a day, 10 prospects a day, every day, every day, every day. Don't go to sleep before completing your minimum daily action. Why? Because going under your minimum daily action means not advancing toward your goal. Grow through challenges. Get out of your comfort zone. Talking to you today in this presentation with Frazer is a great challenge. I'm totally out of my comfort zone. Speaking English is to me a great challenge because I only started to study English 6 months ago. So I have set a weekly learning plan with my coach, my teacher, for moments like this. This is so important, not just for myself, but also to lead my team by example in a stronger way. If it's possible for me, it's possible for you too. This work in business too is the same. Coming out of your comfort zone, reaching your goals will make you feel stronger. It will give you more confidence and skills. One thing I do every day is to feed my vision. Make my vision bigger, inspired by mentors. My vision of 7 years ago was different to my vision today. He had small goals like a new car, a holiday, or some extra income. But today I still use the same process. But today I use it for much bigger goals, like expanding my international business all over in the world. This process makes you grow and make you set bigger goals. Remember, to become more, you must act more and never give up. Thank you.
You're amazing. Massive, massive round of applause. And thank you so, so much. You know what? I've got to first and foremost give a massive thanks to all the interpreters, the arrangers, organizers, the sign interpreters as well. And the 4 superstar speakers who are coming on. I don't know how they speak in another language other to their own like mother tongue. If someone told me, Frazer, I want you to speak in Italiano, I would pretty much, I'd die. I'd just probably go, ciao ragazzi. I think that's like, hello everyone. And then I would just, that was it. So thank you so much, Stefania. You are incredible. It's so good seeing your growth. And thanks for the nuggets. Again, guys, action really does make more. So, right. Let's move in. Once you've kind of set the goal, once you've got your goals that you understand, and again, guys, it is a process. Goal setting is a process. It doesn't just take a day. It takes a long time to set these goals. The second phase is time management. Now, this might feel like a shorter section, but it's very important because I'll tell you one of the reasons why. I struggled massively with time management. I never wrote lists. I never had a to-do list. I always thought that I could write it up here. And I remember going into my dad's office. My dad was my mentor. He was the person who brought me into the network marketing industry. And I remember going into the office and he said, right, I want to teach you a few things today. Tip number 1. And he started telling me, and I'm looking at him. I was like, yeah, that's a good one. And he said, are you not going to write it down? Like, are you not going to write that down? He said, no, Dad. I remember it. It's all up here. And he said, Frazer, a short pencil is always better than a long memory. A short pencil is always better than a long memory. And from that day onwards, I started to write lists and I started to organize my time, because here's the thing. You can't manage time because every single day there's 24 hours, there's 60 minutes in the hour, there's 60 seconds in the minute. If Monday doesn't feel great, it's still Monday. If Tuesday feels amazing, I feel so great today, Tuesday is still Tuesday. You can't manage time, but you can manage the activity within the time. Again, coming back to the whole action point, right? You can't manage time, but you can manage the activity that you do in your time. So I'm going to share with you a real quick exercise for you to really understand what we're going to be doing here. So I want you to get a piece of paper, whether it's a new piece of paper or it's the opposite, right? The opposite side of the paper. And what I want you to do is I want you, not just yet, but I'm going to say go, and I want you to time how long it takes you to write your full name. So like Mrs. Mary Ann Jones or Mr. Frazer Brookes. I don't have a second name, right? So if it's the full name, I want you to time. I'm going to say go. I'm going to do it with you. And I want you to time how long it takes you to write your full name, right? Your full name. Very important. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Mr. Frazer Brookes. All right. Took me 10 seconds. Took me 10 seconds. Now you're thinking, are we really on a presentation where we're getting taught to write our name? Why? This is bizarre. This is weird. Now what I want you to do is I want you to cover up that name or get a different piece of paper or turn the piece of paper so you cannot see your name written down. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, but I know my name. I don't need to be reminded of how to spell my name. It's important. It's very, very important. Make sure you're covering up. Now what we're going to do is, don't do it yet, is I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, I want you to write down every other letter of your name. Every other letter of your name. So again, if it's Frazer Brookes, it'll be F, not R, A, not Z, E, and so on and so forth. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. All right. So that was 14 seconds. That was 14, just 14 and a half seconds. Here's the reason why I want to do this exercise with you. It's taken me 50% longer to write down half the amount of letters. It's taken me more time to do less work, but now what I want you to do is I want you to repeat that exercise. So I want you to literally cover the name up, and I want you to write down every other letter. So basically what you just did in the second exercise. 3, 2, 1, go. Done. 6 seconds. The first time took me 10 seconds to write my original, what I'm already doing, how I'm spelling my name. Doing half the work took me 50% more time because it's a new process. It's like, whoa, I'm not used to spelling my name every other letter. This is new. This is weird. It's change. Oh, I don't like change. But when I keep doing it and 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 doing it, I get better and faster until now I'm doing half the work with half the time. And the reason why I share this activity with you is because when I teach you what I'm about to teach you and show you now, which completely revolutionized my efficiency and therefore my compound, for those of you who know the compound effect, everything changed in my business. But at first, I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't stick to it. And then I'm going to share with you something powerful after it. So how do we do this? We're going to be using a website and an app. The website and the app is called, guys, I'm going to share my screen with you. I hope that's okay. I hope it doesn't mess things up with the Zoom. I think it should be okay. we're going to go for it. All right, there we go. The website is called Google Calendar. You might have heard about it before because a company called Google created it. And Google, I think every one of us go onto the website Google every single day at some point. Now, this is why it's super important. I'm going to give you like a tutorial of this. It's so, so important. Now, obviously, I've just chosen like I'm not going to show you my exact calendar because your head might fall off with the amount is on my calendar. But your calendar is your boss. Your schedule is your boss. Working from home is incredible, but most people are lazy. Most people will wake up on a Monday morning and they'll press snooze on their alarm clock. You know what? I won't go to that meeting. I won't do that. I won't read that book. I'll do it tomorrow because I am my own boss. And if I want to have a day off, I will have a day off. And if your friend contacts you on a Monday afternoon and says, hey, do you want to go for lunch? You're like, yeah, I do want to go for lunch, actually. I've got nothing. I've got no one to talk to. I've got no one to report to. Everything's easy. I'll go for lunch. But when you do this, you have structure. And when you have structure, you will actually feel less guilty about everything else that you're doing in your life. So here we go. All I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the time. Here's the date. The date's across the top, the time's on the left. Click on the date, and I'm just going to give it a name. So I'm going to go personal development. And maybe I'm going to do personal development every single day at 8 a.m. So more options. And repeat daily. Done. So now, every single day, 8 a.m., I've got 30 minutes of personal development. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, right, 8:30. It's really important that I do a blitz session. I'm going to talk to you about blitz sessions a little bit later. Blitz session. And I am going to do that, and I'm going to do that for, let's go for an hour. I'm going to do 1 hour blitz session. All right, cool. Now maybe I'm going to have half an hour break where I've got to look after the kids, whatever. Then maybe 11 a.m., I'm going to schedule something in here. So maybe it's going to be team call, right? I'm going to throw that in here. You get my point. You are filling your calendar. You are filling your diary with all the different things in your day. And here's why you do it. I'm telling you this. As you start to grow your business, your brain will start to fill up with so many things you've got to do. For example, I've got to follow up with Brian. I've got to follow up with Terry. I've got to follow up with Luca, with Giancarlo, with Stefania. I've got to follow up with Julie and Simon. And I've got to make sure that I get Bob set up, and I need to book my tickets for that event. And I need to make sure that I don't forget to pick up the kids because I keep forgetting the kids are at school. And I've got to do the washing up, and I've got to make dinner. And you get so overwhelmed. But I promise you this, it helped me so much. You will go to bed, and the last thing you do, well, one of the last things you do before you go to bed is you will go onto your phone because it links with your phone and the desktop. You go onto your phone, you go onto your calendar, and then you see all the things you've got to do tomorrow. And your brain is not empty, but it's a lot less overwhelmed. Think about yourself as a computer. Remember those old computers, the 8 megabytes of storage? And you used to put a square, they used to call them a floppy disk. I don't know how that's going to translate, but it was like a square floppy disk. You put it in, and if the memory was more than 8 megabytes, the computer would just crash, and you would start to hit it on its side. Like you would be like, why isn't it working? Kicking it and slapping it and punching it. Because it crashes. We crash. We get overwhelmed. We get angry and frustrated and desperate when we get overwhelmed. This will help change a lot for you. People call them time blocks. So just understanding, like, for example, let's say your kids come home from school at 3 and they go to bed at 8. Let's just go time with kids. And you can repeat that every single day, right? Then maybe you're going to have another block down here, which is business presentation. Every single Sunday night, Every single Sunday night, I will plan everything in my week. If someone says to me, I'll say, hey, hey, could you get on a call at like Tuesday, 8 p.m.? And they say, oh, I think so. I think I'm free. I'm like, whoa, do you not use Google Calendar? They're like, no, what's that? And their life completely changes when I have to give them a little demonstration, because mine changed. When you know what activity to do in the time, you will become so efficient, because one of two things will happen. You will do the activity, or this is what you'll do. You'll go, oh, I couldn't do the Blitz activity. I'll do it on Wednesday at 1 p.m. And you keep procrastinating. So you actually identify what you're procrastinating and why you're procrastinating. Start to block your time. Understand what activity you're doing in the time, and make sure you do one activity at one time. If you do 5 different things in one go, you will not win. Now, for the parents out there, and again, guys, that's a very, very, very basic tutorial on how to use Google Calendar. You can go way, way, way deeper on that if you want to. I'm sure there's a Google Calendar tutorial on YouTube, but I'm not going to go into it any more than what I just did. Right now, I'm going to tell you something that I saw my parents do. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a little bit of a different perspective and view from network marketing, because I joined network marketing whilst I was in my mum's womb, right? And every single second of me being on this planet has been in the network marketing industry. 99% of the conversations that I have with my parents are network marketing based. If you cut my wrist, blood doesn't come out, network marketing does. Genuinely, I mean, I'm not going to try, and it doesn't, but you understand my point, right? So growing up as a kid, the household was very different. Now, there's a lot of you guys, and if you've got kids, just celebrate your kids for a second at the comfort of your own home. Whoop, whoop, go on for your kids. If you've got 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, if you're like my auntie, she has 9 kids, and she's tiny. It's crazy. But 9 kids. So my mum and dad have 2, me and my brother. My brother's younger than me, and my mum and dad used to have this thing they called time zones. That was it, time zones. There was a red time, a green time, and a yellow time, right? And what they did is they created this little circle. I'll try and do it here. And it kind of looked like this, and it was colored. There was red time. There was green time, and there was yellow time. I haven't got a yellow pen, so I'm going to use blue. So there were 3 time zones. Now, the time zones told us as the kids, what could and couldn't happen during these times. Now, this might sound very, very rigid, but I promise you, I'm going to tell you at the end of this section, the power of doing this. So, red time meant dad or mum is business building mode. Like business building mode, do not disturb, like go play with yourselves, like bother the other parent who's not working at the time, whatever. We didn't see red mode happen very much, because red mode was usually when we were at school, right? But when we weren't in school, it was on red mode. Yeah. We didn't like red mode as kids. We always tried to disrupt mum and dad, but over the years, again, when we first got introduced to it, we hated it. But when we kept doing it and doing it, it just became part of our lives. We were conditioned. All right? Blue mode, yellow mode, blue, yellow mode was, listen, I'm going to be with you. There's not going to be any work, but my phone is going to be by me. If it goes off because it's a prospect, or it goes off because it's a 3-way call, or if it goes off because a team member needs my help, I will answer it. So I'm with you, but if the call goes, I'll answer it. The third zone, green zone, was phone is in the cupboard. You're all mine. What are we going to do today? And it was so crazy, guys. It was so, so crazy. I'm going to tell you the story in a little bit, but we would literally walk past the door of my dad's office or the workspace. It started with a workspace, then it grew into an office, ready for him to come outside and move it into yellow mode. And the celebration that we would have every single day, because we were like, yes, Dad's ready. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, oh yeah, I can't do that. I'm going to explain to you why network marketing is the number one thing for parents to do above everything else. And I can tell you this because I've been the kid growing up. There's not many people like me in this planet. Network marketing is a very young industry. It's very, very rare to find parents who have been successful and then their kids who have been successful. It's very, very rare. There's probably less than 10 people on the planet. Very rare, right? And I want to make sure you understand how important this is. Big goals require big structure. Like, the military, for example, I know there's a lot of people in the military involved in the organization, but the organizations have huge goals to protect nations, right? To create peace. There's so many different things the military have goals on. They have a solid structure, right? I don't know all the members. I don't know all the technical terms. I'm really bad at that, but like colonel and sergeant, major, left lieutenant, and I'm really bad at that. Again, Gareth, I know who's on here. He's part of the military at some point, so I'm sure he can let me know. He can correct me, as well as a lot of you guys can probably correct me on the hierarchy, which also looks like something else, of the military. Guys, religion, same thing. The Catholic Church, the Pope, they all have huge goals. Huge goals. Huge goals require big structure. Huge goals, huge structure. Big goals, big structure. No goals, no structure. You won't see anyone who's motivated. You won't see a hater be like, right, I'm going to use Google Calendar and I'm going to schedule in. I'm going to hate on Frazer for a bit. Half an hour of hating. Woohoo! Yeah. No, you won't see them do that. No structure, no success, no success, no structure. Now, every single Sunday, this is my routine. I have a 3-step routine that I do every single Sunday that helps me, like the golf analogy, it helps me forget the week that I've just had, celebrate it, and then move on to the next week. All right? So step 1. Is reflect. I do this every single Sunday evening. So today, probably in about 2:25 here in Dubai. So today, about 7 p.m., I'll usually have my dinner, and then I will literally, for about an hour or so, probably just under an hour, I will do this process. So I'll reflect. I will get my notepad out and I'll write that. I don't have a journal necessarily. I just have my notepads. And I just make sure I put it in. So I'll write down what was my number one success, what was my biggest loss, what was my biggest lesson. So what was my biggest win? What was my biggest loss? What was my biggest lesson? That's it. Done. Write it down. So I've reflected. I've gone, right, okay, it was good week. And I give myself a score out of 10 based on productivity. So biggest win, biggest loss, biggest lesson, and then a score out of 10 for how productive I was. Because I start to identify like, okay, I went on a holiday, I was a 1. I didn't do any work, right? But that's acceptable. Oh, I was a 10 because I didn't stop hustling. I was go. Ooh, I want more 10 out of 10s, right? That's the first stage. The second stage, look at my notes here. The second stage is reset. So I reset. So I kind of reset my week. I reset my calendar. I don't press a reset button. I just kind of press myself, right? So this is where I then spend about 15 to 20 minutes organizing and arranging my calendar, right? This is when I'm going to be reading. This is when I'm going to be listening. This is when I'm going to be doing my Facebook lives, my Instagram posts, my Facebook posts. This is when I'm going to be doing this content. This is when I'm going to be looking at doing stories. This is when I'm going to be going on a date night with Svetlana. This is when we're going to be going out for lunch. This is when I'm going to hang around the pool. I live in Dubai now, guys. It's glorious. For anyone who ever comes, please message me on Instagram and we'll be able to meet up, I hope. I have everything planned out. And then I let go of every regret. I let go of every regret. Because one thing I've identified over the years, and a lot of you guys will know this, is just holding regrets. Successful people don't have regrets. Successful people let go of the regrets. Successful people, they have the habit of following this process. So I reflect on the week that I had, biggest win, biggest loss, biggest lesson, biggest productivity score. Then I reset and arrange my Google Calendar based on what I shared. And then I let go of all regrets, which allows me to truly recharge. People say to me all the time, Frazer, your energy is infectious. My energy is actually usually a lot higher. But for me, I'm on like half speed for me, just because I know that the incredible interpreters and the incredible sign interpreters are translating me. So I have to go a little bit slower. But people say to me, Frazer, how are you so high energy? I'll tell you this. There was a guy, I forget his initials, but Mr. Rockefeller. And Mr. Rockefeller in today's day and age would be the richest man by far at $400 billion plus. J.D. Rockefeller, I forget his initials, that's my bad. But he'd be the richest guy by far. And the majority of his wealth came from oil. Now, I want you to ask yourself, oil, what is oil used to do? Create energy, right? Okay, well, about 3 days ago, there was a big news flash that someone has just become the world's richest man, and his name is Elon Musk. And what is his reason for being the #1 richest man on the planet now? Tesla. And Tesla is solar. And what is solar? Energy. Guys, the world leaves us so many clues to be successful. I know that if success in terms of financial is based on energy, then why can't success in my personality be based on energy too? Energy is everything, but energy will grow when you let go of regrets, you reset, and you're very, very, very disciplined. So, in order for us to kind of end this section and bring on our next superstar speaker, I want to just tell you a real short story. It's a fairly short story. It's not that short. It's not that long, but it's not that short. So I am 8 years old. I'm not 8 years old now, but I want to take you back 24 years ago. I'm 32 now, but I was 8 years old. And me and my brother and my mum and dad, we got in the car in Liverpool, which is in the northwest of the UK. And we drove down to a place called Maidstone, which is in the southeast of the UK, right? It's where my grandparents lived. And it's raining so hard. My mum and dad are driving. Earl Nightingale, followed by Jim Rohn and Les Brown and Larry Thompson are playing in the cassette tape. And it's so boring. Their monotone voice, I'm like, no. Yeah, I love those guys now. But driving down, we get there. And it just rained for 2 days nonstop. It rained so heavily we couldn't go out. We couldn't do anything. We stayed at my grandma and my granddad's house. And one day my dad, he was in another room. They call it in the UK a conservatory, which is like an outside, like an outside house attached to the main house. It's usually all glass. And my dad sat there and he shouts to me, my brother and my mum, guys, come into the room. I've got something I need to tell you. So we go into the room, we sit down, and you can hear the rain hitting the roof. It's like, and it's deafening. We can hardly hear. And it's funny because I can remember myself being in the exact place. There's a circle table and 4 chairs around it. My dad sat in one, my mum next, me next, and then my brother's name's Corbin. My mum's name's Julie, right? So Simon, Julie, Frazer, Corbin. And my dad said, listen, we can't do anything. We can't go out. But what I want to do as a team, as a family, is I want to create our dream home. I want to create our dream home. So I was like, all right, okay, cool. How's this going to work? He said, right. So I've got a piece of paper. Let's imagine that this is the piece of paper. There's a white piece of paper. I've got a white piece of paper. And we're going to go one by one. And we're going to build this dream home. So, got a piece of paper out. Julie, you're first. So, anything you want? My mum goes, big kitchen. And my dad's like, ugh, obviously. So he writes down big kitchen. Frazer, you're next. I was like, a TV in every bedroom. TV in every bedroom. Corbin, you're next. Marble flooring. He didn't really. He was 6 years old. He wished for something else. Marble flooring. Julie, you're next. Oh, an outdoor kitchen. Outdoor kitchen. Frazer, you're next. A snooker table. Corbin, you're next. A jacuzzi, a hot tub. Julie, you're next. A triple garage. Frazer, you're next. And we filled a white piece of paper back to front that day. And my dad asked us a very, very simple yet very powerful question that day. I'll never forget it. He said, we've got a decision to make as a family. You know, mum and dad, and we're building this business. We're really excited about it, but we want to take it to the next level. Here's the question I want to ask you. Here's the choice and the decision we have to make as a family. Option 1 is me and mum, you sacrifice some of our time that we spend with you to build the business so that in 10 years' time, we will have everything we've just written down on a piece of paper for the dream home. That's option 1. Option 2 is all of our spare time we dedicate to you, but chances are the dream home won't come true. That was the choice. So we have to make our choice as a family. Let's go. Me and my brother straight away went for the dream home. Dream home, dream home, dream home. We were happy to sacrifice our time. I get it. Sometimes as a mum, as a dad, you might feel guilty for the amount of time you spend at your computer or on your phone. But guess what? Your kids are doing the exact same thing. They are happy to be on their phone, right? Not all the time, but a lot of them are happy to be on their phone or their computer. Okay? So we made a decision. My dad's like, yes. My mum's like, okay, go on. The years go by. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years goes by. Now I could start to see the success, right? Mum and dad were going on a holiday a lot more. They were, they got a couple of nice cars. They were dressed really nicely. Dad got his hair cut every 3 weeks instead of every 6 weeks. Little things, right? And one day my dad said, get in the car. I've got something to show you. So me, my brother, my dad, my mum, we drive down and we lived in a village. Imagine if this was the village, this piece of paper. One side was where you lived if you were doing okay. The other side was where you lived if you were millionaires. So much so there was a road called Millionaires Row. Every house was worth $3, $4, $5 million. Or euros. So we start to drive and he pulls outside one of the houses on Millionaires Row and he points to it and says, that's the dream home. And the problem was with this home was it was one of the worst houses on the road. It was completely dilapidated. It needed knocking down. And we were all disappointed. We said, Dad, 8 years of sacrifice. And that's the dream home. He said, no. You don't need good eyesight to have good vision. And he got a piece of paper, he scrolled it up, and he held the artist's impression of the home up against the house. He said, that's the home we're going to build. 2 years later, we drive to the house, and it's built. We step out of the car. We stand right outside the house. There's about 40 to 50 feet away from the front door, there's these huge gates. We're out the gates. My mum is crying her eyes out. She couldn't believe the day has come true. And my dad, he steps out of the car and you can see he's like super emotional. He's holding back the tears. He wants to show his strength, right? And he says, listen, I'm going to open the gates and you're going to want to walk around the whole house and explore this mansion that we've just built. But please, I ask you one thing. Follow your dad and your mum because I want to make sure I've covered everything. And when he said that, I was confused. I said, what do you mean covered everything? and he pulled out the white piece of paper that was no longer white. It was like a yellow color. And he started going around. We opened the gates. 6-foot Italian bonsai tree in the front garden, tick. Triple garage, tick. Glass front door, tick. Big kitchen, tick. Jacuzzi, tick. Outdoor kitchen, tick. Hot tub, tick. Snooker table, tick. TV in every bedroom, tick. Every single thing was ticked. Now, I was 18 years old at this time. I thought my dad had been a bit selfish, focusing on the business more than us. But he was only sacrificing some of his time that he scheduled. And I realized, I turned to my dad and said, hang on, Dad. That day when we were at the table in the conservatory, we were going around the circle. You asked my mum, you asked me, you asked Corbin, and then you asked my mum, what did you write? What did you write on the list? And he said, I wrote down our dream home. He said to me, he said, my dream, my goal is not what I want. It's what you want. As your parent, as your son, as your dad, whatever you want in life, I want. And this is the home that we've built as a family. This is the home that we've created, and it will be ours for as long as we want it to be. That was the day my dad became my hero. So the reason why I tell you this story is we set a goal as a family. My mum and dad managed the activity they did and the time that they had available. We were committed to them doing that because we knew what the big picture was. We knew it. And he got to work and made it happen. The reason why he's my hero is because that guy worked harder than anyone else I've ever known. And the reason why I work harder than anyone else that I know, and my brother works harder than anyone else he knows, is because we've seen what the work ethic will do. Here's the question I want to leave you with before we bring on our next our superstar speaker. I want to leave you with, are you inspiring your kids to be successful because they saw you be successful? Or are you going to inspire your kids to be lazy or successful based out of the fact that they did not see you doing what they believe that you should be doing? What you do is going to inspire your kids more than you have any imagination for. And I'm telling you this, I'm not even a parent, but I've been the kid and I'm living my life now because of that. All right? So with that being said, we're going to move on to section 3, which is going to be about social media strategies and what I believe you need to be doing in 2021 to succeed on social media. We're going to up the ante here. But before we do that, I want to introduce our next superstar speaker, who is actually a chairperson level 1, which from what I know about your guys' ranking advancement, your rank advancement system is absolutely incredible. It means she's crushed it and she's helped thousands of people all over the world with your incredible products, your incredible opportunity. So with that being said, we're going to now introduce Julie Darbon.
Hello, everyone. I'm very proud to be here with you, Frazer, and all of you, but I'm very impressed. That's my first time in English, so let's go. My name is Julie. I am 33 years old. I'm married, and I have 3 children of 10, 6, and 4 years old. I'm in this company since 4 years. And I started this business when I was a nurse in surgery. The key of my success is the organization and time management with 3 children and work. How to be successful businesswoman with a large family life, with a house to maintain and a social life. To begin, you have to identify your limits. You can't do it all at the same time. It's not possible. You have to identify your qualities. Identify to whom can you delegate some important things and trust yourself. I want to success. I want to success. So I put all the chances with me and I will get there. I prioritize. My children always go to first. So I work during school, during nap time, or in the evening when they are sleeping. I prioritize also urgent things, plan and conduct Teams trainings, ask for news of my leaders, and then when I finish, I manage my social networks that I schedule in advance. I also organize my life around my business. In the morning, after taking my children to school and after many, many coffees, I look at my plan of the day. PowerPoint preparation, trainings, outside appointments, or housekeeping. Love it. I prepare the evening meal in the afternoon because after 5 p.m. most of people come from work, and that's we have to be responsive for clients and our teams. So I save time on whatever I can. Make your life easier with some plannings applications, calendar, or a shared agenda with your leader or your team or your husband. But you have to take time to make your business growing. Home working is not holidays. It's harder to be focused when you work at home. So you have to be more conscientious than others. You have to be more applied and not to give into the temptation of TV and sofa. My children come home at 5 p.m. So it's prohibited to call me until 8 or you will lose your ear. At 9, I go to my office to train or have training almost every evening since 4 years, and Facebook programming for the next day. I spend my weekend for registration, Monday for customer follow-up, Wednesday to talk about the business to mom who are bored during children activities, like me. Thursday and Friday for the closing of the week to achieve the objectives. Making a schedule can help you to alleviate your mental load. Have a planning, a dream board, goals, and the details to how achieve them. Think you are never alone. Rely on your team. Rely on your upline. They are here for you. At home, it's easy. Your husband or your wife have also 2 arms and 2 legs. He can handle the kids. He can cook or doing the homeworks too. I promise. Mine understand that my time is precious. So he does what needs to be done. So I can be focused on my business, which supports our whole family. Don't look for an excuse. Children are not. Your work are not. Your time is not an excuse. What is your excuse not to pay your rent? What is your excuse not to pay your bank credit? You are not the first person who have a busy life with many, many things to do. You are completely normal. Congratulations. But you have to choose. If you want a normal life or not. If you want to be successful, you have to keep your business alive. So do it step by step, but do it. The train of success is on. And if you don't jump in, you won't get anywhere. You are able to do great things and many, many things. Believe in yourself, believe in Ariix, and the rest will follow.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Julie. That was incredible. And again, massive congrats for just absolutely smashing that in a completely different language to your mother language as well. So I think I say merci beaucoup. I think my French is like really, really bad. But well done.
Very good. Thank you.
It was good. Okay, woo! Awesome. Well done. That was amazing. All right, guys. Let's go and let's shift gears and move into social media. I want to give you kind of three things. First and foremost, what I believe is important to be doing in 2021. Not just because of what I get excited about, but what I believe you're going to need to focus on because of different restrictions and privacy laws and all this crazy things going on with platforms. The second thing is some sort of social media plan for those of you who want like a plan of what to post, when to post, how to post, and all that. And then the third thing is then a contact plan. So like, what should I be saying? What should I be doing when I'm contacting people? And then obviously after that, we'll go into the third superstar speaker, and we'll go from there. All right. So, and by the way, I hope you're getting value. I hope you're enjoying this process. I know it's like a Sunday morning where you guys are and there's different things going on, but I just want to say that I appreciate you giving up some of your time to spend with me and the rest of the speakers who you've heard from so far and coming up. All right, so here we go. Number one. Live video. I truly believe that people need to stop focusing on the number of followers and they need to start focusing on the number of raving fans, right? This is very, very, very important. It's something that I'm massively on a mission to start talking about and raise awareness about in 2021. Is that a lot of people are focused on how to build their Instagram following, how to grow their Facebook following, how to grow their TikTok following, but followers won't get you to CEO. Followers won't get you to chairperson level 32. Followers, it won't do that. It won't do that. Raving fans will. If someone told me, right, Frazer, you've got to start from scratch, you have 0 following, but I'm going to be able to click my fingers and you're going to be able to get one of the following. Either 100,000 followers or 100 raving fans. What do you choose? I would choose 100 raving fans, 1,000%. And I probably would have chosen it the second they would have finished giving me the options. Because raving fans are everything. A raving fan will not just buy your product, but they will tell their friends, oh, you need to go check out Frazer's product. You need to go check out Frazer's book. You need to go check out Frazer's... They will tell the world about you. They will tell their world. They're basically like soldiers, value soldiers going out there and sharing your value with other people. Raving fans are way more important. And the best way to create a raving fan, you'll create a raving fan if they watch anywhere from 7 to 12 hours of video. Now you're thinking like, what? Think about it. How many movies have you watched when the same actor stars in 5 to 10 of the movies? Think of, Bruce Willis. I don't know. Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3, right? I can think of so many different Bruce Willis movies. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Cameron Diaz, Jennifer Lopez. Oh, geez, I'm going down a dangerous track here. I'm going down a real dangerous track. So I'm thinking of these movies that I've seen them star in many different movies. I'm a raving fan of what they do. They bring out a new movie. I want to go watch it. They bring out a new song. I want to go and listen to it. Right? I'm a raving fan. I'm a raving fan of Liverpool Football Club. Best football team on the planet. Don't care what anyone says. I'm a raving fan. As soon as they play, I'm watching it and I'm talking about it. I'm not just watching it when it's on. I'm talking about it when it's not on. Okay? Live video is going to help you create raving fans faster than anything else. Here's the question I've got for you. If you do a 15-minute video every week, and I know it's hard to do live video. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but well, in a little bit. How many videos do people need to do in order for them to become a raving fan? They pretty much need to watch about 40 of the 15-minute videos all the way through for them to be an absolute raving fan of you. When's the next live? Wow, I love this. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. Love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart. Woo! Right? Now, what happens if you then go, nah. I'm not going to do Facebook Lives. I'm not going to do Instagram Lives. I'm only going to do stories. I'm only going to do those 15-second stories. So they need to do 40 videos or, my maths is not so great, but it's about 2,400 stories for you to get the same impact. That's crazy. Is it easy to get someone to watch 40 videos or 2,400 videos? 40 videos? So here's what I see in 2021 being big if you're not already doing this. Every single week, do a live video with an upline, downline, or sideline. Facebook's amazing. Instagram's amazing too. All you're going to do is pick a time, pick a date every week, and you're just going to interview a customer, interview a team member, interview a sideline, interview an upline, interview another friend who's doing something else, right? Because if you do it with someone else, it's less nerve-wracking if you could just create your questions and they can give the content. If you don't want to do the interviews, go live yourself. I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm here today in front of you guys is simply because of live video. And you might be thinking, no. It's because a lot of us saw you at GoPro and, and 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, we've been following you on social media. The reason why I was on GoPro is because I was the most consistent person on Facebook Lives. My energy was so crazy that my engagement was ridiculous. And Ariix reached out and said, hey, I've heard all about your social media success, and I would love to be able to I would love to collaborate with you on something that we're calling the Social Media Summit. I flew out to his house in May 2018, blew him and Marina away with the content that I delivered. He asked me to speak at GoPro 2018, to speak at GoPro 2019, to speak at Virtual GoPro 2020, to go on his GoPro recruiting challenge, to go on his virtual GoPro. And I work with Ariix so much now, so much now. Why? Because I'm giving value, I'm contributing, I'm collaborating, and I'm being a good human being, right? It's good. It's nice to be nice. It costs nothing to be a good human being. So, number one, live video, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it doesn't matter. That's the first thing that I'm saying that people need to do in 2021. Because if people can't see you, they can't buy from you. The people who are people have got the most awareness of are the people making the most money. And it's not because of followers, it's about raving fans. The Kardashians have got a lot of followers, but they have a ridiculous, huge fan base of raving fans. As soon as the new perfume or as soon as the new fragrance or as soon as the new makeup comes out, bang, millions of orders because raving fans buy without even thinking about it. All right? So, number two. Oh, different color. Instagram stories. You're probably already doing this. And if you're not already doing Instagram stories, you need to, but there's something that you need to do a little bit different on Instagram stories, and I'll map this out for you. Behind the scenes content is taking over the Instagram stories. So I'll tell you this kind of embarrassing story, but it was true. So I love to track everything that I do, right? So I'll make a post. I'll talk about that in a second. But I'll make a post. I'll do loads of like, you know, value, like, hey guys, tip of the day, my favorite quote, woo, 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 woo. But what I remember doing is I was walking my dog. This was, I think, 3 years ago when stories were just kind of coming into the game. And I was walking my dog and I was like, hey guys, just here in the park, walking Alfie. Alfie was a Labradoodle. He's sadly not with us anymore, but loved him. Huge Labradoodle. Just walking Alfie in the park. Yeah, I know you're not really interested, but and I showed Alfie. As soon as I lifted my phone up, Alfie squatted and went about his dog business. And I was like, oh, this is slightly awkward. But you know what? I posted it. And he kind of looked at me like, why are you videoing me making a poo? And I was just like, oh, God. I posted it. Still today, it's the biggest viewed story I've ever done. There was no value. But people were entertained because they saw people they looked up to, people they've got influence. Someone's got influence over, just doing normal things. He's walking his dog. Like, doesn't he get other people to walk his dog? Like, he's walking his dog and he's going to be clearing up with the poo bag, the dog. Like, behind the scenes is everything. When people realize the people that they're looking up to are just like them, the bond gets strengthened. So, behind the scenes, having dinner with your family, playing games. These are stories, by the way, behind the scenes. Playing games with your kids, attending events, behind the scenes, behind the scenes, behind the scenes. Then, I want you to do a story like this. Just a photo or a video or a boomerang, just like shocked. Right? Mind blown, something like that, right? That's going to help create curiosity. That's what we call the hook, right? The hook. Just like when you're going fishing, you need the hook to put the bait on and the fish come on, eat the food, and you've hooked them in. Now, we're not going to be hooking people in like that, but you need to hook them in. You need to get their attention. So behind the scenes, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, bang. The next video could be a testimonial. Obviously staying very compliant. You could do a video saying, I've just got off the phone. I've just got off the phone with a friend of mine, and he started with our product, back end of last year, and his results have been insane. Obviously, you've got to be very compliant. Make sure you know the rules and the compliance first. But if you can share some sort of story or a testimonial here and maybe here, right? So you've given the hook. Now you tell a story, and then you give the offer. We call it a call to action, the next steps. So instead of just leaving that and people are like, wow, yeah, that's great, you would do a story saying something along the lines of, this is me pretending that I'm doing it. If you would like a story like this, just comment down below or enter yes in the questions box or hit yes or heck yes in the poll. Give them the next steps. Then you're going to reach out. Attraction marketing has changed a lot over the years, guys. We used to be able to post and people would message us saying, yes, I'm in. Now we need to post to get the engagement, and then we have to reach out to the people who engage. So stories are the game changer. Behind the scenes, behind the scenes, behind the scenes, then 2 to 3 times a week, do the hook, story, close. And then again, behind the scenes, 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 hook, story, close. Behind the scenes, behind the scenes, behind the scenes, stuck, hook, story, close. All right? Third one. Now, this one is incredible, and I'm really gutted, disappointed, devastated, because where I live here in Dubai, we are not allowed to do it because of restrictions. But the third one, Instagram Reels or TikTok. I said no to TikTok for so many months, over a year, but now I'm finally kind of thinking, yeah, okay, I can see how it works. If you don't already use TikTok, don't set it up. Don't get overwhelmed. If you're someone who gets overwhelmed, you don't need it, because Instagram Reels, I believe, will actually take over TikTok, right? I believe Instagram will keep the right audience on. TikTok is full of a lot of younger people, but Instagram Reels, again, I'm not going to teach you how to do that. There will be YouTube tutorials on it, but just get to start thinking, okay, Instagram Reels, I need to be doing them. You can answer common questions. You could do outfit changes. They don't have to be anything to do with your business or your product, because they're going to get the attention and the focus onto your page. Then your stories and your other content and your Instagram or Facebook Lives are going to get people becoming raving fans of you. All right. So I'm not going to talk too much about this one, but it's very, 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 very important. If you're able to do Instagram Reels, do it. The fourth one is possibly the most important one. Now, recently, Facebook have had some changes they've had to make because of some EU restrictions. So you'll notice if you send other people in the EU, in the European Union, a link, it will most likely say that you can't send the link. So you have to put the link in your bio and tell people the link's in my bio, but So I massively, massively, massively believe that you should be getting your prospects onto WhatsApp. WhatsApp broadcast. I still don't understand that people don't use WhatsApp how it should be used. So all a WhatsApp broadcast is, if you haven't already heard of WhatsApp broadcasts or you're not already doing them, is simply a list of people that when they add your number, you can add them to a list and you can send them all a message with one quick button. So it's not a WhatsApp group where everyone in the group will see that everyone's had the message and the replies. It's just, if I send a broadcast list to 10 people, it's like me saying, I'm sending it to person A. I'm sending it to person B. I'm sending it to person C. I'm sending it to person D. And if person D replies, only I get the reply. Person A replies, only I get the reply. So here's what I recommend you do. When you come across someone on Facebook or WhatsApp and they ask for the information, or you say, hey, you open? We'll talk about that in a minute. And they say, yeah, I'm open. What you're going to do is you're going to say, this information is so good. Can I WhatsApp it to you? This information is so good. Can I WhatsApp it to you? And then you send your WhatsApp number for them to WhatsApp you, right? Now, in the beginning, it might feel a little bit different, but once you have their number, you can send a link on WhatsApp, no problems. You can send a link on WhatsApp. You're not going to be able to on Facebook or Instagram unless they change their rules. But now, every single Friday, you can do what I call Follow-Up Friday, right? Where you send a testimonial or a story. Hey, legend, this week I wanted to share a story about Derek. Derek got started in our organization 3 weeks ago after saying no for a number of months and has finally been able to XYZ. Obviously, remaining very compliant with your company rules and procedures around compliance. I'm not aware of them, so I can't share what they are, but go look into them and what they are, right? Fortune is in the follow-ups. You don't follow up once to make a fortune. You follow up once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You follow up until someone says, listen, if you contact me again, I'm going to call the police. Or you keep following up until someone says, you know what? Timing's right. Timing's right. If someone ever shows interest once, it means they're interested for life, whether they're going to say yes or no. Jeff Roberti, one of the people who's made a lot of money in network marketing, he followed up with one of his top leaders for 17 years. My dad followed up with me every single 3 months for 16 attempts, 4 years. I said, no, 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 no. A lot of people know me for the no, 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 no. Until I said yes. It's crazy. It's crazy. So live video, fundamental. Stories, have to do them. Instagram Reels, make sure you, if you're able to, start thinking about what you can do. Again, go on YouTube and find an Instagram Reels tutorial. Saves us time here. And then number 4, use WhatsApp broadcasts, okay? And again, I believe some of the leaders in the team do WhatsApp broadcasts, I think. I'm not going to mention the names just in case they don't. I don't want them being bothered. How did it work? But again, YouTube tutorials, they're going to show you exactly what you can do. So now let's talk about content. These are the things that I believe. And by the way, cross-platforming is becoming huge now. So getting people doing a Facebook Live and getting them to follow you on Instagram, and then doing an Instagram Live and getting them to follow you on TikTok or to add you and message you on WhatsApp. It's becoming massive now. I recently started on TikTok, being consistent, and my Instagram growth has rocketed since I started doing TikTok, because now people are coming and following me on Instagram, and then I have like a WhatsApp broadcast that people are joining in, and obviously I sell books, so people are buying the books, and then they're getting my emails, and they're watching more lives, and so on and so forth. So let's talk about posting plan. Posting on social media. If you don't have the plan, again, another military quote, and I forget it as well, but proper planning prevents poor performance. There's another word in there, but proper planning prevents poor performance. There's that other one as well. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Yeah. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So we have to create a plan. Here's the plan. So there are 4 types of posts to make. And again, guys, I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, and I really want to make sure that you get the idea behind it, and then we create the kind of plan. So the first type are educational posts. These are things like, let me get rid of this. So, all right, educational posts. Now, educational posts are things like offering value, maybe talking about the benefits of the product, maybe talking about 3 things to make 2021 better than 2020. You'll find that educational posts are best in video format. So live video or story video. So what I recommend is go onto Google and type in basically a benefit that one of your products do. So find one of your products, right? List all your products out. I'll show you. Get a piece of paper and write down the product name and then the benefits that are associated to the product. So purity, right? And the benefits. Hydration, cleanliness, boom, 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 boom. So, example, hydration. So now you're going to go onto Google and you're going to type in tips for better hydration. And I'm telling you guys, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of articles of people writing 27 tips for better hydration, 32 tips to getting better energy through water. So what do? You have a Facebook Live titled 3 top tips to getting better hydration. Tip number 1, drink 3 liters of water a day. Tip number 2, eat more avocados. Obviously, make sure the tips are legit, right? Drink poison. No, don't be doing that, right? Tip number 3 is use a product that can help the cleanliness, whatever. This is the one that I use. I don't know where my purity is. It's here somewhere. I've moved so many places the last few months. Here's mine. Drink. If you would like 7 more tips, send me a message and I'll send them through. And all you can do is just make a little note on your, make another note on your notes section of your phone. Tip number 1, drink 3 liters of water. Tip number 2, eat avocados. Tip number 3, use the purity. Tip number 4, find it, research it, screenshot, and then when anyone asks, you can send them the photo. and you can follow up with them. But what's going to happen is when you share, the goal of an educational post is to get shares, is to get people coming into you. People saying, hey, Brian, you've got to watch this because I know you mentioned that you struggle with hydration. Hey, Mary, you need to watch this because we know we were talking about hydration. Your raving fans, whether you know you've got them or not, you have them. Your raving fans will now start to raise awareness of you because you provided something that they can easily go to their friend and say, you need to watch Frazer's video. He's giving tips and tricks on something that you need. So now your followers grow, your friend requests grow, your influence grows, your likability grows, your reach grows, and guess what? Your algorithm grows. The people who are getting the most reach on the posts are the people who are running ads or providing entertainment. Entertainment is entertaining and training at the same time. For our interpreters, sorry, entertainment is entertain and train at the same time. I appreciate you guys. All right, first type. Second type. Second type are personal posts. Personal posts, right? You guys are already doing them. Selfies, photos with your kids, photos with your dogs, photos of you going to the cinema, photos with you, taking selfies of you traveling, photos with you hanging out with your family, just you living your life. The purpose of personal photos and personal posts are simply to make people fall in love with you because they love the life you're living. They love seeing you happy. Rules of a personal post. Always huge smiles, and write a 2 or 3 paragraph description. Why? If you provide value in the personal posts of why you're smiling and what you're doing, you will get more reach because when Facebook and Instagram see a photo, this is a little bit advanced stuff, but when Facebook or Instagram see a photo of you with your family members, right? Maybe you've tagged your husband in, right? And then you write more than just a sentence. You write a paragraph or 2, maybe 3. They see that as an update that the rest of your family and friends need to hear about, right? And then that gets more reach, more people see it, more people comment on it, and therefore more people comment on it. More reach, more visibility. So again, personal posts make people fall in love with you. The third type are motivational. If you follow me on Facebook, you will see that I love quotes. I love them. I've been writing quotes since I was 7 years old when my dad made me sit in the meeting rooms with a notepad and paper. I had to score the speakers out of 10, right? Based on how good I thought they were and why. And then I had to write all the quotes that I heard that I liked. The first few years were a bit messy. I was young, but ever since then, I've been taking notes of quotes. I love quotes. And the motivational posts are either quotes or inspirational, motivational stories. So here's how you share a testimonial. Again, make sure you are compliant with what you can and can't do when it comes to posting success stories with the product or success stories with the business. So you'll take a photo with your new friend. Now, if you can only meet them on Zoom, take a video with them on Zoom. Take a little photo with them on Zoom. A boomerang, right? When you're on Zoom. So it's me, Path, and Sabrina that I can see on our screen. Hey girls, you're doing awesome, right? So now I'm going to do like a little boomerang and we're all dancing and we're all celebrating, and that's going to be the post that I do. But then I'm going to write in the description something like, meet my friend Sabrina. We recently connected on social media, and since then, boom, 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 boom. If you want to be like Sabrina, hit me up. Message me. Let me know. Again, being compliant. Now, motivational stories are going to make people look up to you. Wow, he's helped her. She's helped him. maybe he can help me too. Now you might be thinking, yeah, but I've not got any customers. I've not got any distributors. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Leverage someone else's story. Leverage someone else's story. I recently connected with Bob and heard that using our products, he's been able to boom, 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 boom. I recently connected with Mary and she was telling me that since joining our company, she was being able to boom, 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 boom. Again, staying compliant, please, very important. All right? So now you're starting to notice, if you follow these processes, it turns in to a funnel. So educational posts get people to be aware of you through the value that you create. Personal posts get people to fall in love with you. Motivational posts get people to look up to you. And the last one, are conversational posts. Conversational posts create conversation, and conversation comes before commission. Conversation comes before commissions. Commissions never come before conversations. Conversations come before commissions. These could be things like, when do you think coronavirus will end? If an actor or actress was to play the movie of your life, who would it be? What would you rather? Pasta or pizza? For my Italianos out there, spaghetti carbonara all day long, right? I'm going to ask questions. Here's why. When someone becomes aware of you, then they fall in love with you, then they look up to you, what will happen is some people will be afraid to reach out to you. So you have to give them the excuse by asking them a question. What would you do? So one thing that I recently did, it was the biggest live that I did. Top 3 biggest engaging live that I did in 2020. And I recommend all of you to do this. Is I was sat at the desk. I'm obviously standing now, but I was sat at the desk. I went live and I literally asked 10 questions. I just asked, hey guys, I'm here. I've got some time to kill to my next appointment, to my next meeting. I'm going to ask you guys 10 questions because I want to get to know you more. I'm going to give you my answer of like how I would answer it. And then you let me know in the comments how you would. What do you prefer, pizza or pasta? And I would then say, I love spaghetti carbonara with the little bacon bits. Amazing. If I had to have a pizza, it would be calzone. I love that, calzone. Not with a really bad Italian accent. And people were going crazy for it. They were like, I love Hawaiian pizza. I'm like, pineapple on a pizza? What? Are you crazy? And I just asked very simple questions. My inbox after doing that exploded. It exploded because people started to realize, wow, I can now reach out to him. So educational posts will bring people into you. There's more women on here, so this is a woman. Educational posts bring people to you. Personal posts make people to make people fall in love with you. Motivational posts make people look up to you, and conversational posts give people reason to engage with you so that you can then reach out to them to eventually get the sale. Conversations become commissions. Here's the thing. Content is king, but engagement is queen. We all know the most important piece on the chessboard is the queen. The queen rules the house. There is no kingdom without the queen. Right? So this content is great, but the engagement is going to come when you give value, when you show your life, when you motivate people, and when you create conversation. You can build a huge business and a lot of raving fans by creating engagement. All right. So the first thing I wanted to talk about were the different things that I see are going to be huge in 2021. The second thing was giving you some sort of plan when it comes to 2021. So I want to give you a content calendar really quickly. Super simple, super straightforward. So in your calendar, your Google Calendar, which you are going to set up, it's going to look something like this. It's going to look a little bit more complicated than that, but it looks something like this. All right? We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, what do you think you're going to be posting? Monday, educational post. Tuesday, personal post. Wednesday, motivational post. Thursday, conversational post. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can mix it up. You could do, right, I'm going to do Friday, I'm going to do educational. Saturday, I mean, I don't like posting on Saturday because it's very quiet, but I'm going to post motivational. And Sunday, I'm going to post personal. Then, next week, educational, educational, educational. Tuesday, personal, 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 personal. Wednesday, motivational, motivational, motivational. Thursday, conversational, conversational, conversational. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to mix it up. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. So now I've got some sort of idea, especially if I'm planning it on a Sunday, what I'm going to be posting. Because if I don't plan, I'll fail. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Right. So the third thing I want to talk to you about is a contact plan. And I'll actually share the contact plan in the next session, our last section, because I noticed I'm kind of going over time a little bit here. So what I'll do now is I will introduce you to our third superstar speaker. She is incredible. Currently a CEO in your amazing organization. She is awesome. She is wonderful. And seeing her success, especially on social media, has been amazing. She's doing a great job. Someone you should all follow for inspiration. So I'm going to pass you over to and introduce Masha Urbani.
Thank you, Frazer. First of all, I want to assure you that Frazer and I did not agree on today's topic because it's very similar. I want to speak about the video, the importance of to make video. But okay, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to talk to you about my social strategy as a networker. When I was asked to speak today, I was suggested to draw a comparison between the old and offline way of working and today's online work method. But to be honest, I don't really like to look at the past. So today I decided that I will talk to you just about my work plan for this coming year 2021 on Instagram. I've been working with social networks for 4.5 years. And up to now, I have mainly used them just to post pictures. Okay, pictures are okay, but today people tend to hide behind the screen of a PC or of a phone, avoiding interacting face-to-face with the people. However, they still need to look their interlocutors in the eyes and hear their voice, even if they are at a distance. So my strategy for 2021 is to really more and more on videos, on live sessions, IGTV, IG stories, in order to tell my story, talk about my transformation, share my ideas and my energy, mostly my energy, because the energy is all. It's not easy to learn to speak in front of a PC or of a phone, but just think of the amount of people you can reach. While before offline, we could invest 10 minutes on just one person. Today, by the video, we can share our ideas with 150 people in the same amount of time. It's incredible. This way, there's a higher probability for more and more people to get inspired by you and to choose you as a leader to change their life. My advice for you is not to just create passive posts sharing pictures, but to try to make your social profiles active posting videos. Same with your reps. Is the same. Teach them from the very beginning. Help them use social networks to show in 15 seconds how much a networker can do in one day thanks to the freedom that this job grants. You know that we are completely freedom thanks to the network marketing. By employing this strategy, the people in your team will very soon learn to be autonomous and will learn to talk about themselves in front of a screen to manage big audiences. This will help you grow fast and improve your leadership skills. And one important thing, always choose a background song to spice up the energy, because the energy, again, is all. You will see how many people will be inspired by you and how many more contacts you will be able to make. People out there are looking every day for energy, for positivity. They want to stay healthy. Courage, and to learn how to have more time. You are here because you want to have more time, okay? Therefore, learn as soon as possible to tell your story in just a few minutes, record it, and use it as a means to communicate with the people. This is my strategy for 2021 for me and for all my team. Thank you for listening to me. I'm available for any advice you might need. I'm on Instagram with Masha Urbani. Thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Again, massive congrats on talking in a completely different language to your mother tongue as well. That's amazing value, and I hope you guys are taking notes as well. And huge congratulations on what you've achieved, Masha, as well. That's amazing. I'm excited for your 2021 and for the team and the people who are associated with you and linking arms with you. So thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So, all right, guys, before I kind of go into this fourth session where we're going to talk about a game plan, I want to just say that when Alain comes back on in a little bit after we're done with this last session, there will be a special announcement, a surprise announcement. So do your best to stay on so you have the chance to take part in that special announcement. That's all I'm going to say. All right, game plan. The first thing before I do this is I want to set you a challenge. A lot of you guys know that I have a book called I Dare You, and the idea of me daring is my way of giving you a challenge. So if I say, when I was a kid, if someone said to me, hey, Frazer, I challenge you to go and ask that girl if she would give you a kiss on the cheek. I'm talking when I was like really young, right? I'd be like, no. But if a friend of mine says, hey, Frazer, I dare you to go over there and ask, I would do it. I would do it. If someone dared me to do something, I would do it. So I'm going to dare you now, over the course of the next 2-3 days, to send out 50 voice notes, right? voice notes being like, hello, Frazer, how are you? Send 50 voice notes, 50, with the following script. Don't overcomplicate it. Just write down what I'm going to say. I'm going to repeat a few times. If I write it down, it will take too long. Hey, Bob, or whatever their name is. Don't call Mary Bob, right? Hey, Masha. Hey, Serena. Hey, Stefania. Hey, Julie. Hey, Alan. Hey, Carlos. Whatever. Obviously say it once. Okay. Hey, Carlos. Happy New Year to you and your family. Or I wanted to wish you and your family a Happy New Year. Hey, Carlos. I wanted to wish you and your family a Happy New Year. Party, party, party emojis, right? I'm asking all of my social media friends what their number one goal for 2021 is. So, hey, Carlos, I wanted to wish you and your family a Happy New Year. I'm asking all of my social media friends what their number one goal for 2021 is. If you could let me know what that is, that would be amazing. If you could let me know what yours is, that would be amazing. I'll say it again. Hey, Carlos, I just wanted to wish you Happy New Year to you and your family. I'm asking all of my social media friends what their number one goal for 2021 is. If you could let me know what that is for you, that would be amazing. Send that out to 50 people. Some people will have goals, some people won't. But when they reply with what their goal is, like, I want to lose weight, I want to get fitter, I want to get more money, I want to travel more, I want the world to get out of COVID, whatever. You're going to reply with, thanks so much. Just curious, do you have a plan for that? Just curious, do you have a plan for that? Most people will want to get healthier, fitter, or wealthier. Healthier, fitter, or wealthier. More money, right? But most people don't have a plan. So you send that voice message, they reply back, I want to get healthier, fitter, wealthier. Hey, I'm just curious. Thank you so much. I'm just curious. Do you currently have a plan for that? They say yes. Amazing. Go crush it. And in 3 months, follow up with them. Maybe even in 1 month, because most people don't stick to the plan. If they say, no, I don't, you would ask, would you be open to checking out a plan? That's it. So send 50 voice notes. If they have a plan, great. Wish them all the best and follow up with them in a month. If they say, no, they don't have a plan, then you would ask them if they'd be open to see your plan. Your plan is a presentation. It's a video, whatever it is you have available. All right? That's it. Very simple, very straightforward. Okay. Game plan 2021. Let me write this down. Let's go. Here's the funny thing. You don't need a plan for the rest of the whole, you don't need a plan for the whole year. You need a plan for the first part of the year. Because how you start the race will determine how you finish the race. Think of it this way. And by the way, guys, billionaires are starters. Billionaires execute on the idea. Billionaires get started. Network marketers who are successful get started. They do something. They go off. They launch and relaunch and relaunch and relaunch and relaunch. Network marketing is a launching business and a relaunching business. And every year you have to relaunch, relaunch, relaunch. You have to get the energy back. So I'm going to share with you something that I've shared all over the world now. And it's so incredible to see so many people doing it and getting amazing results. I mentioned it in the Google Calendar section about Blitz Call. Remember? I typed in Blitz Call and I set it for an hour. I want to share with you how you can get extremely effective with using this strategy to completely dominate in 2021. So you're going to need 4 things, right? Number 1, pen. Number 2, paper. Number 3, a timer. And number 4, a device. That pen is about to die, right? So pen and paper, a timer, and a device or a phone, right? Just like a tablet or a phone, something that you can go onto social media with. Now, you're going to do this. If you've got no one in your team, do it alone. But when you have people in your team, it's extremely important to do this with them. There's a huge, huge, huge difference in you telling your team to do the work versus them seeing you do the work that you're telling them to do, right? So you're on Zoom. You're on a Zoom call, okay? You're on a Zoom call. And you're going to give the first assignment. Now, the assignments last for 10 minutes. They only last for 10 minutes. They only last for 10 minutes. And the rule is, during the 10 minutes, you are only allowed to do the one assignment. If people reply, you can't do that. If the doorbell goes, forget it. If the kid comes running in and says, Mom, my nose is bleeding, you might have to stop, right? You might have to attend to that one. That's something that you kind of have to stop for, right? But 10 minutes. Assignment number 1. You set the timer to 10 minutes on the Zoom. You can go, if you actually go onto YouTube and type in 10-minute countdown Frazer, I actually have a 10-minute countdown that you can use. It's fun. It's got a timer. It's got energy. It's really great. Energy is everything, right, guys? So you can use that 10-minute countdown Frazer, and you'll see it right at the top. Okay? So the first assignment, 10 minutes is on. 3, 2, 1, go. And all your team are doing is spending 10 minutes commenting. So on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on any of the platforms that they're on, they're going on, they see a post, give it a love heart, comment on it. See another post, give it a love heart, comment on it. It could be fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. It could be rocket emoji, rocket emoji, rocket emoji. It could be, this is awesome. It could be a GIF or a GIF. I'm not too sure how you say it still. That's it. Now, where does the pen and paper come in? Well, when you do a comment, you write 1. You do another one, 2. You do another one, 3. And another one, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. How many did you do in 10 minutes? How many did you do in 10 minutes? It's very, 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 very simple and very straightforward. Now, you might be thinking, whoa, doesn't that seem like a waste of 10 minutes just commenting on posts? Comments don't make you money. Yeah, that's true. But engagement is queen. You are only going to get love to you when you give love to other people. You have to love on others to get love yourself. The reason why our parents love us is because we give them love first. Sorry, they give us love first. Our parents love us, we love our parents. Our parents don't love us, we don't love our parents. Right? You have to give love first. This is going to turn you into an active user of social media. You will get more reach, you will get more love, you will get more friend requests, but it's also the stretching. It's also the stretching, the stretching to warm yourself up to the harder tasks. Everyone can do this. So now at the end of the 10 minutes, you're on the Zoom, whether you're doing one or you're taking part in one, and you say, hey guys, how many did you do? 5, 10, 22, 74, 1, 0. Why did you get 0? Oh, I joined late. Okay, you joined late. Fair enough, right? 3, 8, 18, 27. You shout people out. The key to getting action, which we talked about earlier, in network marketing is set someone an assignment, hold them accountable, and then acknowledge them. That's how you create action. That they're all A's, right? So you set the assignment, you hold them accountable by telling them you've got 10 minutes to do it, and then you acknowledge them in the comments. Now, if you have hundreds of people doing the Blitz call, it's not possible to do it. But most Blitz sessions will have 5, 10, 20 people on, right? So the second assignment is what I call find, add, message. Find, add, message. Guys, network marketing is simply turning strangers into friends, friends into family. Network marketing is turning strangers into friends, friends into family. Family, F-A-M. Familia. Familia, I think you guys say it as well. Family. Anyway, fam. You find someone, you add them, you message them. You find someone on Facebook, you add them, you message them. You find someone on Instagram, you follow them, add them, message them. It's not find, add, wait. It's not find, add, wave. It's not find, add, pray to Mr. and Mrs. Universe that they're going to accept your friend request. It's not. Find, add, message. So, 10 minutes, go. You find Bob, you add Bob, you message Bob. 1. You find Mary, you add Mary, you message Mary. 2. You find Julie, you follow Julie on Instagram, you message Julie. 3. You find Carlos, you add Carlos, you message Corey. 4. You find Elaine, you add Elaine, you message Elaine. 6. How many did you do in 10 minutes? That which you can track and measure, you can improve. So now you've set yourself a personal best. Yes, 6. Woohoo! Now you start to get better. You start to look at different places to find people, different places to follow people, different platforms, and you start to find Facebook groups around your interests. You find hashtags around products that you want to buy or products that you love. You find places that you want to travel to and posts around that, right? It's not difficult to find people. Don't overthink it. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more you think. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more you think. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt. Vicious cycle. Sorry to my interpreters. You guys are doing great. You guys are really doing great. Okay, third and final one. You don't need to do any more than 3 assignments. More than 3 will become exhausting. Number 3 is ask the question. Ask the question. Ask the question. So you're not going to go to people who you're following or who are on your followers list or people who are on your friends list who have been there for 24 hours or more, and you're simply going to spend 10 minutes, 3, 2, 1, go, asking them, hey, Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing product that I'm using? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. Hey, Mary, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing health system that I've been following? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. Hey, Julie, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing way to make some extra money on social media? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. All you've got to do is see if people are open. If people say no, that's on them. You've got the gift you need to give. If you give a gift and someone throws it in your face, that's up to them. If someone gives a gift and passes it on to someone else, that's up to them. If you give the gift to someone and they say, thank you so much, and then You leave excited that they love the gift and then they throw it away. That's on them. If you give the gift and they open it and they're like, this is the best gift ever, that's on them. You've got the gift to give. You've got to go out there and tell the world. So let's wrap all this up into a plan that you can take. And again, you ask the question to one person, 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5. How many did you do? Now, here's the thing. As the leader, for those of you who've got teams here, if I tell you, if I'm the leader and I tell the team, right, guys, go spend 10 minutes commenting, 10 minutes find a message, and 10 minutes ask the question. People think, no, you're not my boss, right? Henry Ford once said that staying together is progress, working together is success. Staying together as a group is progression. Working together as a group is what's going to get you success. So now if I say, hey guys, I'm going to set the countdown timer to 10 minutes. We're going to do 10 minutes of commenting. Go. And they see you on the Zoom doing it with them. Do you think they're going to be inspired? Yes. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you a secret to consistency. Consistency occurs, I hope this can be translated, but consistency occurs when your vision of your future self is aligned with the clarity and the belief in the plan that you have to get there. If the vision of your future self is to be a 6-figure income earner, but you don't believe in the plan that you have, you will not be aligned and therefore you will not be consistent. If the vision of your future self is to be chairperson level 1, but the clarity and belief in the plan that you currently have is not there, it's not high, you will not be consistent because you will not be aligned. So when your CEO, your CEO rank in your company is telling you what to do and they're doing it with you, and your vision of your future self is to be a CEO, the clarity in the plan and the belief that you have is there because you see the CEO doing it. When you really understand this, the game changes. It does. So here's what I recommend. Remember, you've got to win you've got to win the day to win the week. Win the week, win the morning. Win the morning, win the morning, win the day. Win the day, win the week. Win the week, win the month. Win the month, win the quarter. Win the quarter, win the year. Win the year, have a great chance of winning and changing your life. So here's what I'm going to tell you. You have to do it in the morning. You have to do this first thing in the morning. I want you to start to treat your life and yourself as the battery in your phone. I don't know about you guys, but before I go to sleep, I charge my phone. And when I wake up in the morning, I get out of bed, I go look at my phone, I have 100% battery. I pull the cord out. And for me, that's like my phone being like, yes, woo, bring it on. I'm ready for a new day. Swipe me up and down. Press my buttons. Get rid of those notifications. Come on, watch that video. Send that text. Press me. Press me, press me, press me. But as the day goes on, your phone starts to die down. It's at 70%. It's like, yeah, press me, press me, press me. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Then it goes down to 20%. And the message comes up. Low battery mode. You click it. And the battery all of a sudden goes from green, woohoo, to yellow. Ugh. Like, oh, coming to the end of my time here. Please don't press me anymore. And you press it and it's like, oh. Then it goes to 10%. The battery goes red. The battery goes yellow and red towards the end of the day. Obviously, unless you're a network marketer, and it probably goes yellow or red by about 11 a.m. But at the end of the day, it's yellow or red. That is the same as when you go to work, you finish work, you look after your kids, you feed your kids, you wash your kids, then you sit down in front of the sofa, ready to watch Netflix. You get your phone because you lie down and you start to play with your phone. Are you going to do a blitz at the end of the day when you're exhausted? No. And even if you do, the effort is very, very small because there's no energy, and energy is everything. Win the morning, win the day. Get the blitz done first thing. Then if you don't do any more business for the rest of the day, at least you won the morning and you got some work done. Promise you this, in 2021, if you do a blitz every single day, your action marketing will be enough. Your action marketing with the posting plan, which we talked about, will mean that you've got action and attraction marketing coming together. You will get more friend requests, more leads, more sales, more distributors than ever before because you've taken more action than anyone else. And remember what we talked about. The action creates more experience, which creates more confidence, creating more belief, which turns into more activity and action, which then creates speed, momentum, excitement, and so on. Your goal for 2021 should be have the action-based goals. How many blitzes are you going to do? How many find ad messages are you going to hit in a week? How many asks of the question are you going to ask in a week? So set the activity-based goal to get addicted to the activity so that you hit momentum in your business in 2021. Guys, it's possible for anyone. The people who work the hardest tend to make the most money. Talent means nothing. Talent means absolutely nothing. If I were to show you the first Facebook Live that I did, it was this. I wasn't born like this crazy lunatic. The first Facebook Live was pretty much like this. Hello, everyone. I'm really excited about today's Facebook Live. Just going to wait for a few of you to jump on. Okay, today I want to talk... Boring. And now I've trained myself. I've worked hard, taking action, consistent action to get to where I am today. And you can do the exact same thing. So I've noticed that my time is coming to an end here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our final superstar speaker, and then I want to give you a final challenge and dare before I bring back Alain and we'll wrap things up. All right. So our final superstar speaker is at the CEO rank. I had the pleasure of seeing her just earlier on the Zoom call when we were doing sound checks and all that fun stuff. And she's completely blowing up her organization. She is just rocking and rolling. And I know all of you guys who follow her and see her and are part of her journey and associated with her absolutely love her as much as I'm about to love on her after this when I can start to follow her closely. So with that being said, I'm going to hand you over to Serena Akai.
Hi everybody, I feel so emotional and it's a pleasure to be here. I'm so proud for staying this event. I'm Serena Akai, I'm Italian, but you can have this from my English. I'm a professional networker. Before joining this business, I was a low-paid secretary in a medical center. I was a young woman full of dream, but I felt so frustrated because I didn't know the way to change my life. Because I didn't have enough money, I hadn't the competence and confidence. Finally, one day in 2006, I discovered this business model, network marketing, and I fell in love at the first time because I understood immediately the potential, but the results didn't come overnight. Now I'm a financial free woman. I built a successful business. I'm free, but this is the consequence of the commitment, personal growth, and system. And today, I want to share with you the most important lesson I learned in this business. You win only if you stay. Rotation is everything, but not stay on your sofa. You have to stay in action. You have to stay in action every day. You have to work on yourself every day. Like Ariix Worry say, 98% are a tourist and 2% are a permanent resident. Do you have to decide what you wanna want, which you want to be? I decided to be a permanent resident, and today I want to share with you how to becoming permanent residents too. Keep the people in your business for another 90 days. Work with a 90-day window. Imagine that every 90 days your business starts up again. Your goal is still until the end and start all over again. Do your 90 days and duplicate in your team. But why 90 days? Because it's a perfect amount of time to learn the basics of business. I will tell you two key. First, be consistent, make action every day, make customer, make rep, and make money. It's crucial in your first week of business, make your first customer or first reps and earn your first euro, because it will be increase a lot your chance to stay in the business. Another important thing is achieve the results every 72 hours, because in this way you keep high your motivation. The most of people doesn't do it because because they sign the contract and wait for the business come to them. To help my team, I always create small challenge and to encourage healthy competition and daily action. So the second key is your belief system. What you really believe. In this period, you have to create the culture of network marketing, your company and your product. The most important, create the culture of your product. You have to become product of the product. You have to use every day the product. You have to feel the benefit, enjoy it, create your transformation story and share with the world. Use, feel, transform and share. But it's normal that in your first 90 days, your belief system is so low. But after your next 90 days, it will be higher. And then after 90 days, it will be higher and higher. But another very important thing is your internal belief system. Really, what do you do about you? The inner questions are always the same. Does it work for me? Yes, it will work. Can I do it? Yes, you can. Because you deserve it. Remember. In the end, I think every time you finish your 90 days, you have to celebrate because you are still in the business, because you have been strong, because you have been unstoppable. And in your next 90 days, you will become better. So the magic word is retention. Create relationship, really care of your team and really care of their desire. Never forget, care more about your team than about yourself. Remember, now it's your turn. Are you ready to commit to your next 90 days? And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Thank you.
That was amazing. I could listen to your accent all day. It was amazing. That was amazing. Really powerful stuff. The 90-day plan is just absolutely incredible. And guys, I'll just give you a tip on top of that as well, because that was really good. For those of you who get overwhelmed with 90 days, split it up into 3 30-day blasts. So 30 days, all out massive action, and then take 2 or 3 days to celebrate, spend time with your family, celebrate what you've achieved, and then do another 30 days, and then celebrate again 2 or 3 days, then another 30 days. Because a lot of you might need to get buy-in and commitment from your families. So say, hey, I'm going to do this 30-day run. I'm going to go all out massive action for 30 days. And then we're going to celebrate. We're going to go out to the cinema. We're going to do this. We're going to do something fun so everyone looks forward to it. All right. One of the keys to success in my personal life is having something to look forward to. And that's a great way to be able to do that. So that was amazing. Thank you so much, Serena. You're amazing. All right. So final thing before I want to bring back Elaine, before I do that, I want to say a massive thank you guys for having me, for listening to me, to the translators and everyone. This has been so much fun, and I can't believe so many of you are still here with us 3 hours in on a Sunday morning, but I'm so grateful for it. So thank you. Grazie, gracias, I think spasiba for our Russian friends, French, merci. I'm trying to learn a little bit more of your guys' languages as well, but I'm going to tell you a story real quick. Many years ago, there was this young boy, and one day the school had ended and his teacher had basically called him and said, listen, I want you to give this letter to your mother when you get home. Now, it was a single mom, like raising her kid, and he said, okay. So they put the letter in his backpack and he walked back home, walked in, and the mum was there, said, hey, did you have a good day at school? He said, yeah, it was really good, thanks. And the teacher gave me a letter. It's in my backpack for you to read. They said it's really important. You have to read it before tomorrow. So she was like, okay, this is interesting. And got the letter, started opening and reading the letter, and she burst into tears. And the boy said to his mom and said, Mom, why are you crying? What's the problem? Are you okay? Is everything okay? And she got down on his level, got down on one knee and looked her son dead in the eye and said, son, the letter says that you are so smart that the school can no longer teach you at the level you need to be taught, and would advise that you go to another school or even be homeschooled because they doubt that anyone's going to be able to help you and save you from this. So the kid was like, okay, well, this is what we've got to do. And from that day onwards, the mum homeschooled the boy and they became extremely close. And years went by, and their bond and relationship got stronger and stronger and stronger, like a mother and a son's bond can be and should be. And unfortunately, the mother passed away. And, you know, the boy was going through, who's now a grown man and gone on to do what he's gone on to do, was going through her things to clear out her belongings, and came across the letter that she had written, or that the school had written to her, wrote to her many years previous. And he read the letter, and as he started to read the letter, he started to break down into tears. The letter read, Dear Mrs. We are no longer accepting your son to come back to the school because he is so stupid. None of the teachers are going to be putting up with his level of stupidity. We are not accepting him into the school. You're going to have to homeschool him because chances are no one's going to accept him. The funny thing was that guy was a guy called Thomas Edison. And here's the funny thing. Every single day on my desk, I have a light bulb. And the light bulb represents his story. The light bulb represents his story because you get to write the letter that you want to believe in. Don't let anyone else's opinion of you create your reality, ever. So, in order to end this, I'm going to set you a challenge. Whether you do this now, once we're finished, or tomorrow, it's completely up to you. But I want you to go to this website. It's called futureme.org. Futureme.org. And I want you to spend just 5 minutes, as long as you need to, right? Hence why you can do this after this call, because Alain's got a really super cool announcement that he wants to make. But just write, Dear Future Me, by now I have whatever you've done. Write down the wish that you'd created for yourself, the goals that you wanted to accomplish. And here you can say deliver in 1 year. And you can write down your email address. In 1 year from now, or from whenever you submit this, you are going to receive this letter as an email. And I want you to read it knowing that you've accomplished everything you've written on here. You are the author of your book. You get to create whatever message you want to create. Don't let anyone else stop you from making that happen. I believe in you. And if you don't believe in yourself, know that there are many people who are on this call who believe in you. As I said before, working together is progress. Sorry, staying together is progress. Working together is success. You guys have the opportunity to be the biggest network marketing company in all of Europe through using your leadership and your activity and your consistency. I am so, so grateful to every single one of you. Thank you so, so much for sticking around here. And I'm going to pass it back to Alan. Thank you so much for having me, everyone. I'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm back, Frazer. Thank you so much. I just need to ask Carlos to open my camera if it's possible. Oh, yes, now. So you see me, hey, thank you, Frazer. There's no word to say thank you for what you did because we had a lot of chat and I need to use the word. I remember when we talked about, I said, hey, wow, our people are very motivated, very inspired. And I was asking to you to say, hey, I don't want a wow, presentation, but a how presentation. But you know what? You did both. You did both. This is just crazy. Guys, I don't know. Do you have books? I have so much books. I wrote so much the last hours. It's painful. I had so much pain in my left hand that I'm started to write with my right hand. I'm not sure that I can read that anymore. But hey, thank you so much. This was just crazy. And guys, to show you that we are a disruptive company, I have a surprise. I'm just coming in 1 minute to you guys to talk about the surprise. And I need to say thank you to Frazer, by the way. But the first thing to say thank you, we need to show our commitment, but we need to show also our gratitude to everybody. So please, if you're not following Frazer on Insta, it's the moment to do. If you're following him, give a couple of friends that they are following him. This is so much important. The next thing, I want to say thank you to the four amazing power women. What a testimonial. This is crazy. And I'm so happy that it works well and even better. I'm getting so much message because I know these 4 women, when I asked them to do that, they were hating me. I hope, Masha, Serena, Julie, Stefania, that you love me again, just a little bit, because I'm getting afraid. You were just tremendous. But what they show, it's not only the message, they went completely out of the comfort zone, completely out of the comfort zone. They are showing you that they are doing everything to get forward and to be successful. And I need to take the message, Frazer, from the beginning with the golfer. I absolutely understand that. Focusing on the shit that you're doing or focusing on the shit that others are doing, don't focus on that. Focus on the solution, on the next steps. But you know why we are focusing always on the challenging and the problem? Because it's easier to focusing on that than on to focus the solution. Because you know what? You are the solution. You are the solution for your success. You are responsible for your success. So I don't know. I have so much energy. I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon, but I need to do a lot to get out this energy. So I have a surprise. We did it really. This is spontaneous, disruptive company. I was chatting with Frazer because, by the way, by the breaks, we were chatting with each other. And I asked him, Frazer, can you somehow next month, in the next weeks, have 1 hour for us? One coaching session for 1 hour. And he directly said, no problem. So what I'm asking you guys is, I just put a little picture, not me, somebody put a picture on my Instagram, and let's play the game. Because writing is a statement. Listen to that. Writing is a statement. So go and like my picture, but this is not enough. And put one of your 20 goals and one of the most important goals you have in my comments. You can do 2, 3, I don't care. But writing is your statement. And you know what we're going to do on our side, what Ariix New is going to do with Frazer? we're going to take a couple exclusive people on that, just taking a few people of that, maybe 50, maybe 60, 100, I don't know. And you're going to have one exclusive hour with Frazer Brookes, one coaching session. I know I need to slow down for the poor guys. I think some of the translated dies between, right? So please, I do it slowly. You go on my Insta, you like my picture, and you put in your comment one of your major goals you want to attend in 2021, because this is a statement. We're going to take a couple of these people and we're going to invite you to a very exclusive training for 1 hour with Frazer Brookes. I can't answer every message from today. Frazer, you're probably going to be pumped up with messages, but share also, be gratitude. Answer them, send them a little message and say thank you to the 4 girls and to Frazer for what they did, because this is a life-changing event that we have. So let's go for it. Let's go 2021. Frazer, you want to close with anything? I just let you the last word, but I just can say thank you from bottom of my heart. You know I'm a fan, and you have a lot of more fans now.
I just want to say again, thank you for having me. I really am so grateful. And I just want everyone to know that there's a legend inside of you. You just have to make the legend story louder than the loser story. We all focus on this loser story, but we really need to change into the legend story. And you guys have so many incredible products, an incredible compensation plan, an outstanding leadership. The corporate team's vision and skill set is insanely good. Stick very close to them. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people. And I know you guys are going places. So I'm grateful to be a part of the journey. And I'm excited to see the messages come through and see who we can get on that coaching call with to help them further. So I appreciate you and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the translator. Also, I know it was a huge thing. Thank you for the cooperation in the background, for all my people who are doing and creating this event. Thank you so much for everybody. I wish you an amazing Sunday. Tag people also. They can put their goals and targets, everything. Thank you so much. Have a nice Sunday, and let's make 21 the best year ever. Thank you. Have a good day.